So uncivilized.
Greetings and welcome to, you already know what it is, Uncivilized Scoundrels on a Thursday night. I'm your host, Leo Rockwell, for the 16 Scale Man YouTube channel. Do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel, as always, man. So we definitely appreciate having you guys here with us today. Now, again, we're in the thick of things. We got a lot that we're going to actually talk about tonight, man. We got a couple of things. Hopefully you guys have seen, or a few of you guys have actually seen Visions. I've loved it. I don't want to kind of get into too much about it because we got a few people on the panel that haven't seen it, but I've seen every single episode. And for the first, it was crazy because I actually sat and binged every single episode. I think it was like 10 episodes, and I binged all of them yesterday. And I gotta say, like, I absolutely loved it. Me and X talked about the last episode is a bit trippy, but other than that, I enjoyed it. I definitely did. I had so much fun watching it. I always watch. I love Visions. I love every episode of every season of Visions because I just love the interpretation, the artistic creativity, and liberties that are given to artists to express their own interpretation. I actually loved it. But definitely do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell notification so you're always up to date as to what we got going on over here on the channel. So I'm definitely not by myself, man. I have a few people in here with me that I'm going to introduce. First off, we're going to now listen, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, it is him. It is him. It may not look like him, but it is him. Just to let you know, it is X. It is him. He doesn't have his hair, but
yeah, I was like, who the hell is that? Wow.
I think that makes people.
That's even a different picture of him. Wow.
Yeah, yes.
Well, there'll be no one to stop us this time. No one. How's it going? Oh my God, we got some Visions. Star Wars Visions is everything. I also do the thing where I sit and I binge all the episodes back to back to back to back. It's always a good time. I think season 3 is probably the best season so far.
Yeah.
After season 1, season 2 is different, but season 3, the way it built off of season 1, and you had sequels to or second, the continuation of those stories and those characters.
Yeah.
Oh yes. Oh, sign me up. And
yes.
I mean, the ideas, the designs, the storytelling, what you can do with storytelling in 20 minutes that most films can't do in 2 hours.
In 2 hours, bro. Ain't that pathetic? It's crazy.
Come on. Crazy. So yeah, I'm excited. And apparently somehow Palpatine returned. Oh wait, Ben Solo has returned. Perhaps.
Yeah. Perhaps.
Maybe.
So we're
despite the obvious handicap of being dead. Sure, why not? Why not?
Yes. Definitely
give the people what they want, which apparently is more Ben Solo.
As always, definitely we're gonna be talking about that in a few minutes. Next up, we have Seb in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
Not much. Happy to be here. It's been a while. Happy Halloween or upcoming Halloween to everyone. Hope everyone's got costumes. Everyone's gonna have a fun time. I'm really looking forward to it. I have not seen the second season or the third season of Visions. But I have thoroughly enjoyed this first season, and I'm happy to talk about it. I think it really opened up sort of the world to having a more realistic viewpoint on what the Star Wars universe was. So I'm really, really excited that it was created and really well done. And as X said, yes, it does a great job of storytelling, especially with the little time that it has. To do that in 20 minutes is impressive.
Yeah, it was definitely everything. And like, I was hoping that y'all watch this so we can talk about it, but we'll just probably have to. I mean, we can kind of glaze. I'm not going to go
We
into
can
detail.
still talk about it.
We'll do some things. Next up, we got Chewy's Bandolay in the building, man. What's going on with you, brother?
Oh, I'm still basking in the glow of my Blue Jays. So I'm gonna be owning that for a while. I think.
What's the?
We are up 3-2.
Ooh.
We can win it all tomorrow night, and both of the final 2 games are here.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So, go Jays.
This will be a day long remembered.
Oh yes. Well, I mean, we've been there before. It's not the first time. It's been a while, but it's not the first time. But no, sorry.
I mean,
32 years is a long time since the last one. So
yeah, I know.
Man, I don't want to hear nothing about no 32 years.
Hey, my other team,
The Cleveland used to be Cleveland Indians, haven't won a World Series since 1948. And the Cleveland Browns haven't won any kind of championship since 1964. So
and they're not going to anytime soon either.
Oh
no!
Okay, before this
is you're not hurting my feelings, dude. I'm from Cleveland, Ohio. I know how to feel bad.
Hey, it's fun time to be a sports fan in Toronto right now. So that's good. But I have not also seen any of Visions, or at least not the new one, not the new season. So, but yeah, the other topic of conversation is I have thoughts.
Me too.
I have thoughts.
You got thoughts, and Uncle Keith got questions.
Uh-huh.
But before we get to Uncle Keith,
no expenses.
Let him do the whole thing. Let him do the whole thing.
Go ahead.
They do move in herds.
Yes,
those
Dr. Grant. It truly is a magical island.
I was wondering if Leo's broken. No, he's referencing my Halloween costume tonight. My nephew was T-Rex, so I went as John Hammond, and hijinks ensued. So it was a fun night with family out trick-or-treating, which is why I didn't get to finish Visions, and it pains me so because what I seen was phenomenal. The first episode, Duel, I'm not going to talk about any spoilers other than, bro, the art style reminds me
insane.
of Inktober.
Yes.
That's very similar to the ink wash style I use every day, every year in October. And I was sitting there for 20 plus minutes with my jaw on the floor. Hey, man.
That's awesome.
It was so much fun. I even did a picture of him chasing me in the side view mirror of the car, and objects in the mirror might be closer than yeah.
That's great, man. That's great. That's good.
That's incredible, bro.
Fun times, man. He's such a dork. Love it. Anything to make my nephew laugh, man. I had to do it.
Would you say you spared no expense?
No, spared no expense. Yeah, man. Yeah. So Visions was fire. I can't wait to finish them up. I only got to watch like the first 3 of them. But I'll be finishing up this weekend for sure. And yeah, lots of other Star Wars news that very fucking randomly came out of nowhere this week. So it almost it's bizarre news in my opinion. So I can't wait to see what everybody else thinks about it, because I have kind of all over the place with my thoughts. So I'm curious what everybody else is thinking of the news, because it's very off the wall in my opinion. But yeah, man. Other than that, looking forward to diving in, talking Star Wars with these fine gentlemen on the panel.
Heck yeah. And last but not least, We got Uncle Keith in the building, man. What's going on, Uncle
Hey,
Keith?
man, what's up, fellas? Man, it's been a while since we've been on here, and I've been missing it. I've been missing my man Zeb, who throws that stuff up into the universe, and we try to grab it and try to figure out. Damn, he's right. He's right. So, yeah. And then I'm trying to figure out. I was like, who is that? When I first popped in backstage, I go, who the hell is that? Said,
bro, it how he casually sits on the couch while you're doing this. So he is technically the man on the couch from Half Baked.
I know, man. X went to Japan and came back a different person. I was like, but other than that, man, yeah, I haven't. You know what? I'm kind of ashamed of myself because I forgot Vision was even on. I forgot it came on, man. I knew it had came on, but I forgot about watching it. So I'll watch it this weekend. And like I said, if you guys want to talk about it, I got no problem with that.
You know what's crazy, Uncle Keith?
It's no big deal, man.
What's crazy about it is, and I don't know if X felt this, watching Visions is the most I've felt connected lately to Star Wars in a long time.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
It was weird.
It's even with the first few episodes, the most I felt like Star Wars in probably a couple of years.
In a long time, bro.
See, you know animation, you can do a lot of things you can't do with live action. And plus,
and it's so, but that's what's frustrating.
Yeah.
You're telling me that these guys are allowed to just do whatever, and when it comes to live action, it feels like there's probably a 2-day committee meeting to see if you can have a sandwich or a slice of pizza. You know what I mean?
I hear what you're saying, and like I said, it's a lot of these animation directors, especially like for DC animation. Man, if they let some of them dudes do some live action movies, man, you be have some great movies, man.
I've been saying that for years. Move over, let the DC, especially with the DC films, let the animation dudes do it. They love the game more than anybody.
Yeah, and then we were talking about the Ben Solo thing, and it was somebody paid for a plane to pull one of those flags behind the plane that says we want the Ben Solo story.
Yeah, bro, they've been doing it everywhere.
And then they bought one of those electronic signs on Hollywood Boulevard.
Yeah.
Man, people are going hard about
They even did it at the Madison Square Garden. That's some crazy shit. So, it's been everywhere, bro. It's picking up traction, which is good. We're gonna talk about that tonight. But yeah, Uncle Keith, thank you for being here.
Yes, sir.
As well, man. Appreciate it. Now, before we actually dip in, I want to I want to actually pull this up because our guy Mario, basically also a proud member of Uncivilized, he's going to be doing an extension of Uncivilized Scoundrels on Tuesday. So this is going to be it's going to be an extension. It's the Uncivilized Scoundrels Collector's Edition. Ooh. It's going to be on Tuesday. So make sure that you tune in on Tuesday to watch. Hell, fuck, I might even pop in as well to see what he talking about for real. Because again, he got from the holiday R2D2 at Home Depot.
I've been trying to get that fucker for ages. Home Depot, you need to cut the crap. I am serious. What
that thing sells out fast.
Yeah.
What the hell?
We love R2D2, man, but I went into Lowe's, getting some stuff for the house, for the new house, and I walked in there, and there was Yukon Cornelius, Ernie the Elf, Rudolph, and the Abominable Snowman standing there, dude. I was like, holy shit. That's the quadruple of Christmas character for me, man. I love Rudolph. I love
it. Yeah, bro. Hell yeah. You
I want to be a dentist.
Man, you sound just like him.
No, man. You know what I love about that Yukon Cornelius' dog sled team? Just look at the dog sled team, man.
Yeah.
You got a wiener dog. You got a wiener dog on the dog sled team. It's hilarious. I love it.
Anyway, definitely make sure on Tuesday night that you check this out. It's the Uncivilized Scoundrels Collector's Edition. This is what Mario's going to be doing as a segue to the show. So you have our show on Thursday night, and you have his show on Tuesday night. So definitely make sure that you tune in, especially with the holiday season coming up, man. It's going to be great to actually take a look at this. and have something especially out there for uncivilized collectors, man. Why not? Let's go, man. Love it. Again, Tuesday night. Make sure you tune in as always, man, for real. So, shout out to Mario as always. Another half of the Uncivilized Scoundrels crew, as always, man. Before we dip in, definitely, man, before we say what's up to the chat, gotta say what's up to the places, of course, where we get our collectibles and everything from, man. Starting off, of course, Vincent Dunn Art, man. If you're looking for some art pieces, head on over there to Vincent Dunn Art. Again, you can get you some incredible pieces out there, of course. Star Wars pieces, as we always talk about. Shop all original art, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, Harry Potter, Lord of the Rings, anime, canvas prints, final art, reversible glass paintings, sketch covers, variant stickers, and all that stuff. Head on over there to Vincent Dunn Art. Over there on Instagram, you can get the link to his store. And on top of that, he does commission work. I heard he's basically working on a special piece of the room. And we're going to be seeing some Jurassic Park pieces here soon, too. Vinny, you want to let them know, man, what's going down, bro?
Yeah, man. Mr. Micro Machines almost got everything right on. So there's not much else left to say other than regular prints are always buy two, get one free. Feel free to load up your shopping cart and get a bunch of stuff for your loved ones or for your damn self for your Christmas coming up. And again, commission is open. So if there's something that you want that you don't see, feel free to hit me up. Always adding new stuff to the site. Just added a bunch of Marvel and DC Trinity stuff, and I have some other stuff on the way. A gauntlet of Inktober's are almost over, so I might be adding a couple of those on the site, and then I'll be getting back to just doing regular pieces along with some commissions. So those will all be flowing to the site soon as well. I don't have a con until December, so I have a little bit more time to draw this month for, and do some commissions lining up for the holiday season. So I appreciate the shout out as always. The link to the store is at my IG at Vincent Dunn Art, and yeah, feel free to peruse. Appreciate it, bro.
Man, appreciate that, brother. As always, we appreciate you for always putting in that good work. Some special pieces and all that good stuff, man. As always, also got to give a shout out to my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. That's Underground Ray. If you're looking for incredible pieces, no NRD shipping and handling is definitely reasonable. Sign up for that newsletter so you're always up to date as to what's going on over there at his store. Create yourself an account because you never know when it might be free shipping or a discount code on the figure of choice. That's my man Ray over there at Underground Figures. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy Ray over there at Hawk Wars Toys. It's Hawk Wars Ray. One-stop shop for all in-art pieces as well. Nice little care package. You get that figure, comic book stickers as well. Also, proud sponsor of everything we got going on over there at the Figure Flex Friday Facebook group, and he'll definitely take care of you as always. Hit him up, man. He got you back. Also, we want to give a shout out to our guy Jacob over there, Comic Relief, Comic Collectibles, man. If you are looking for not just figures but source material, head on over there. He'll definitely take care of you as he always does. He's good for it, and we love him for it, man. Thank you very much, brother, for all you do. Also, we got to give a shout out to our guy Brian Wong over there at Module Case Module Space. If you're looking for a credible display option, have the mono, you can get the option of your choice. Head on over there. He'll take care of you. He got that Black Friday deal coming up pretty soon. He's preparing for. So do yourself a favor. If you're looking for an incredible display option, hit him up and he'll definitely take care of you as he always does. Also, last but not least, got to give a shout out to Tina Cruz, El Deluvio over there on Instagram and Facebook. If you're looking to take your figure experience from here to there, hit her up and she'll definitely take care of you as she always does, man. Let's say what up to the chat. Who we got in here with us this incredible evening? We got my man. You already know what it is, Malika Mabane, WRNR, Real Negro Radio in the building. Thank you for being here, brother, as always. We got Fig Poser in the building. What up, though? What's going on with you, man? Thank you for being here. We got the Cookie Queen, Amber May in the building. Yeah, Thanksgiving is coming up. It's time to get them cookies, man. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you for being here, as always. We got Chuck G in the building. Yo, what's going on with you, brother? Toy Holland Flicks is in the building. Thank you for being here, brother, as always. Who else we got in the building? Hey, Crispy Craig, man. Can't make fun of you now that I got these daggone Invisaligns now. Now I'm talking with a lid. But thank you, man. It is always, bro. For real. We got Mark P in the building. Thank you for being here. As always, we appreciate you. Roach with the Jack is in the building. Thank you for being here. My man Charlie Unicorn, the Troublemaker, is in the building. Thank you for being here, man. As always, Who else do we got in the building with us? We got Darth Profi. What's going on with you, bro? Mario's in the building as always. Who else do we got in here? Renz Talentino's in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. As always, we appreciate you. Pedro Lopez is in the building. Thank you for being here, brother. As always. Oh, he's crazy. Who else we got in here with us? My Uncle Benjamin in Green's in the building. Thank you for being here. As always.
Halloween, ladies.
And definitely, I get to pronounce it. Evangelium's in the building. Thank you for being here, man. And also shout out to your family over there, man. I hope everything is going well. Our prayers and thoughts over there to Jamaica, man. As always, make sure that we put that out there for all of them. Hopefully everybody gets well, man. So yes, man, we got some things we need to talk about today, man. But of course, got it here. We can only do it in spurts. Because again, we can't. I don't want to talk about it because Vinny hasn't seen it yet. And y'all know how Vinny is, man. He's like a Snicker bar. If he ain't eat that one yet, I mean, he gonna be pissed. So definitely, we ain't gonna go into it too much. But I do want to kind of talk around it. And I will say, like I said from the very beginning, this is the most Star Warsy I've felt in a long time. Everything from the animation, Vinny, like we talked about, man. The duel is incredible, but I found myself watching because here's the thing: season 1, season 2 was incredible, but it was some that I was like, okay, you know, this.
Or some that were trash, bro. You could say it.
Yeah.
Don't hold back.
Some of them were, you know what I mean? It was just
Hit or miss. Hit or miss.
It was a hit or miss type of situation. This, everything that I've seen thus far, every single episode, bro, whether it was the animation, but the story beats, and again, it was quality storytelling, bro. Like everything was incredible. I loved every single episode, even the trippy ass last episode that I ain't gonna talk about. And I ain't going into all of them, but bro, everything about it to me just felt like it was connected to Star Wars, and I loved every bit of it. For real, every bit of it. X, what's your thoughts on it, man?
Oh my God. I mean, it's one of those shows that you watch and I could just like my eyebrows just kept going up. I'm like, what? You know, it was just some incredible, just visuals, just incredible ideas. And you're just sitting there just shocked that, you know, all of this is on screen, but it all feels like Star Wars. It feels very much like Star Wars.
Yeah.
I mean, it is Star Wars. And you get this, it's almost it's a unique feeling where you're like, what's this feeling? It's like, oh wait, is this joy? Is this, you know, is this excitement? Is this, am I being entertained? Is this, oh yeah, this is what Star Wars feels like.
Yeah.
And it is a feeling that I don't often get with modern Star Wars.
Yeah.
Modern Star Wars, it's not a lot of new. It's a lot of, recycling. It's just the ideas. Where are the ideas? You know, it doesn't seem to be pushing things forward to a degree. It's almost like it's afraid to take risks, I would say. But there's something about just capturing that lightning in a bottle again. Can you do it? And for whatever reason, I don't know if just the fact that it's animation, they're like, just go for it. And some of these designs I'm seeing, I'm like, why don't we have that in live action? Why don't we have that in live action? That's an awesome design. That's an awesome design. It all works so well. And I will say one of the standouts for me was the sequel to, or the second chapter of, the sequel to The Ninth Jedi.
Yes.
I mean, that was just about
bro.
Incredible and some of the best acting and, you know, just heartbreaking, but also just, again, exciting. It was all Star Wars and it looks incredible. So more of this, please. This is the stuff I'm here for. So
I believe The Ninth Jedi, that is the only one so far of all of them that's going to get its own standalone. It's going to get a series.
I can see that because it's going places. It's really going places. But then I could see the Ronin going places.
Yeah.
You know, well, because that's also, you know, going places.
Yeah, it is, man.
The Village Bride, that one, the sequel to that. Again, following that character. So they established some really great characters, and now they're just fleshing those characters out, but they're also fleshing the world out. And it all feels like Star Wars. Like, but why haven't we seen that in live action? Was what I kept saying. But I'm always pleased with Visions. Second season was different. I didn't enjoy it as much as the first, but the third season, I mean, they nailed it. They were all bangers.
Yeah, like bro. The third season, Vinny, because you haven't seen it yet, right?
Just the first 3 episodes.
You seen it first, bro. Like it gets. I'm telling you, I was locked in every episode, like completely locked in. I loved it. Like I honestly loved it, man. But definitely once you get through, we'll continue on with the conversation. But
I think Mario's in the back.
Is he?
Yeah, I think so.
Is Mario here? Oh, do we got Mario? We got Mario in the building. What's going on with you, brother?
What's up, guys? What's going on? It's been over here, man.
What's
I like your hat.
Wow, man.
Hey, yo, Chewy. Just we're coming back. We're coming back for you, bro.
Let's go. Let's make it a series.
Right? We're going 3-3, man. The next games. How's everyone
Game
doing,
7.
man?
Yeah, man.
Great, man.
Well, good, bro. So glad to see you
Great,
here,
bro.
man.
Yeah, it's
Good
been a
to see
while,
you.
dude. I mean, damn, different crew up in here. Mr. Girl, what's up with the ladies?
Man, well, I mean,
Where have you
I haven't seen CC in a minute, man. I know she got
Yeah.
some things going on. Didn't really get a chance to talk to her. And Rita, don't know. Like, she's in and
Yeah.
out. Like, she'll come visit every so often. You know what I mean? So we just got to kind of wait and see when she
bro.
takes a trip back around the sun and winds up back here, bro. But definitely, man.
Yeah, well, everyone's been busy, I'm sure, man. But no, it's definitely been a minute. So
Yeah, man. Yeah,
definitely been here,
man.
It's been a while.
Definitely, bro. Thank you for coming through, man. As always.
Yo.
Have you seen Visions yet? You haven't seen all of them yet?
Nah, man. I mean, I've seen some of the trailers for it. It was a little bit intriguing, but
Yeah.
I'm checked out on a lot of like newer stuff that's coming out, man.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. I just gotta make time. To be honest, what I've been doing more so recently is actually rewatching the Clone Wars again.
Oh, okay.
I've been revisiting that. So
Okay.
it's been a while since I've seen it, and I just binged the Bad Batch also, and I loved it even more like the third time around.
What, Bad Batch?
Bad Batch, yeah.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, man.
Love them.
Yeah, bro. Thanks for stopping through. Chewy, have you seen Visions yet?
I've seen the first 2 seasons. I haven't seen the new one yet. I'd actually forgotten what the date that it was going to be coming out was. So I couldn't watch it anyway last night because I was at work. But I'm going to probably check it out. I think the next time I'll have time to do it, it'll probably be Saturday. So Saturday morning cartoons.
There you go.
So I'll probably watch it Saturday.
Yeah.
But I that first season for me was amazing. Like I really enjoyed the first season. There were some, like I get the hit and miss comment. I do get that. Season 2 was mostly miss.
Yeah.
But season 1,
it has some points there, but there was
there were-
also some things like
that's kind of how I felt about it. There were moments that I really did like, and then there were other things where I was I don't know what I like about that. But yeah, the this season now is, I mean, after that first season, I was trying to figure out how they could top it, and I wasn't super impressed with season 2, but from what you guys are all saying, I'm super excited now to watch season 3 because,
bro, I honestly love it. Like I love it. It's just, again, like I said, man, compared to what we've gotten as of late, it's like a reconnection to Star Wars. You know what I mean? And it's something that you can actually. They could have, honestly, they could have released this around Thanksgiving, and it would have been something great to watch. And
that would have been good if they had done that.
You know what I mean? Just to kind of watch it, and I definitely enjoyed every bit of it, man. I had such a ball watching it and getting connected to it.
There's something about Star Wars at holidays that just works. I don't know what it is. It's around, like around Christmas, around like in the fall or Thanksgiving, for you guys. Thanksgiving for us here too, but it's I don't know. It just there's something that just feels right about it.
Yeah.
Having the event film, like when they had the Lord of the Rings films every Christmas, every December was the Lord of the Rings film. It's like it's an event.
Yeah.
It's an event. It's
And it was amazing, and I loved
Yeah.
that. And they kind of started. They did that with the not the prequels, the sequels too.
Yeah.
And they kind of fell off of that, and I don't know why.
It was the best feeling around the holiday season.
It was like a Christmas
I don't
present.
know what X
Yeah.
wants to see is the holiday special. We want to see it in Blu-ray.
Don't even bring that up. Don't even bring that up because you already know we're gonna do a whole episode on the holiday season, just like y'all made me watch. We are basically doing that.
Let's release the holiday. Let's release the holiday special in theaters, but the special edition. So you haven't seen anything until you've seen everything.
Not the special edition. Damn.
He's digitally de-aged B. Arthur.
Oh gosh,
bro. So Zeb, have you seen it? Have you seen?
I've only seen the first 2 seasons, just like Chewy. I will say, like, I sound like a broken record, but yeah, I love the first season. The second season was a little bit more miss than hit. But I think the reason we all feel, and you guys can correct me if I'm wrong on this, is the why we feel so connected with, like, this is Star Wars and so forth. And X, you sort of alluded to this, is sort of like there's this flexibility and freedom that the directors and the designers had with this project, where they could just do sort of whatever they wanted. And that's really, as Star Wars fans, that's what we've been wanting for a while, is like, let's move off this main story plot of Luke, Leia, Anakin, and now Ben Solo and so forth, to, expand the universe. There's other stories out there. Bad Batch was amazing. It was something that's great. Andor is also really, really good. Like, there's a lot out there in George Lucas's creation that you can be really, really freeing. I mean, for instance, like in the first season with you had the sort of vagabond Sith that is just like just trying to live his life, not even like do anything, not power hungry. It's just a new side of the Sith we never really saw during the movies. That was sort of interesting to see. And then you also had the duel where you had a Sith act actually a little bit more honorably than a Jedi would, which is just really, really weird. And what I'm alluding to in that is that the Jedi used a fighting style that was outlawed completely by both sides because it was cowardly. But you just saw so many different storylines and so many different potentials that I think that's why I feel super connected with it in terms of like, this is Star Wars. But yes, it is definitely sort of a risky thing for Disney to do. And I think I think this is probably a good template to go off of, is they release these mini series, these mini stories, see how they do, see how the public and the fans react to it.
Yeah.
And then if they jump off, then you know what? Make a series out of it. Make it like a 2-3 season sort of thing, and then move on to the next story and just build the universe more and more richly.
Yeah.
But I really, really loved it. I really loved the episodes. I will definitely be seeing season 3 this weekend after Halloween. But I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. It's bruh. Yeah. I cannot wait. Uncle Keith, you haven't watched it yet, right?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm gonna watch it this weekend. I'll watch it this weekend.
Yeah, definitely watch it, bro. Because
like I said, I forgot it was on.
You'll love it. Benny, you said you saw the first couple of episodes, right?
I've seen the first 3 episodes. I've seen the first part of the Ninth Jedi arc. So the first episode like really hit me, for starters, because of the art style, because it's very it hit home. It's very similar to a style I like to use with ink wash when I do my silver pieces. So that, jumped out at me first. But then I think on top of that, the just almost endless Star Wars nods of different characters of the Star Wars world, which is something that was like very successful in like the first Mandalorian season, where it wasn't about any of the Skywalker story, but it had all these different bit players and to feel like home. And I think that what it did very spectacularly well was, I want to say, maybe grounded the Japanese take on Star Wars that they did in the first season, where it was a bit super stylized and kind of minimalized it to some extent, where you could potentially see something more akin to that in a film, whereas you wouldn't have seen anything like that first episode of Visions from season 1 in the film. And they did it in such a incredible way. And then I think that they had with the next episode, it's almost like they decided to kind of also tone down the niche of what they were doing with the first 2 seasons, where it seemed like it was a one for us, one for them, because there was a lot of like, it would be like a badass samurai Star Wars episode, and then like a Pokemon type episode. And then it would just be like, all right, hold on, what are we doing here? Who's it for? Like, because whatever kid was tuning in for this, they didn't sit through that first episode to get to this. So how would they even be watching, this? It just seemed so out of place, and like, who are you making this for? So it definitely was throwing me in those first couple of seasons, some of the contrast of tone. Whereas the second episode, it was clearly like more, teenager influence, but the story was great, and it never got too wild or too weird. It felt like, like you had a silly, animal mascot type thing in it that you would see in something like a Pokemon thing, but it didn't feel like that was the whole point, to push that little guy. Like, it wasn't the point. It just they worked that into Star Wars as opposed to make Star Wars work into that type of world. So I think that was the trick. That was the key, because I felt like that's what was happening with the other ones. They were forcing Star Wars into those type of tones and themes. Then I got to the Ninth Jedi story, which felt like one of Miyazaki's students decided to do a Star Wars story.
Yes. She
even looked like the girl from Spirited Away. I felt like I was watching Miyazaki do a Star Wars film, and you can't give me a better pitch to be interested in something. Mixing Miyazaki.
It was a beautiful story, bro.
You don't have to tell me nothing else.
Yeah.
You don't have to tell me shit else, bro. And I'm watching it, I'm just like, I watched that episode right before we got on. I almost was like, yeah, I'll just catch up with y'all, because I was a hurt piece to shut it off and come jump on here, because I'm like, hold up.
I was watching Kiki's delivery service earlier this week, man.
It's just so good. And I felt like this is what I've been hoping for from this series. Not that I want every episode tuned exactly to my taste, but like, even when it's not my taste, I feel like the story was strong, and it's more it's just better storytelling. Like, I can deal with different art styles that I don't that aren't my taste, but if it seems like it's like so off the wall, that it kind of takes you out of it. And this one so far, it seems like it's more under control, and I feel like the first 2 seasons, it has a lot of ones that just don't fit in with the rest of the show, and I feel like they are kind of shoring that up. So I can't wait to watch the rest of them. I'm loving it.
Yeah, definitely, bro. Like, it's, again, I was hooked. I almost fucking missed the client because I wanted to get to the very end, and I got to the very end and watched all of them, bro. Like, it was everything. It was everything that I basically wanted, bro. The ninth Jedi, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, it's definitely everything. So, yeah, Uncle Keith, when you watch it, come on, Mario, just watch it and just.
Oh yeah, no, I plan to. I've been hearing good stuff about it. I actually saw a little clip show up on my feed, and
it's good.
It was interesting. I think it was the one that Vinny was just talking about.
Yeah, bro.
Where they're trying to escape like an ATST or something like that.
Yeah, that was
And the cat who did the one who directed the very first one, he did the Batman Ninja. Have you seen that?
Yes.
He did that, and he's done a bunch of other stuff. So like they're not playing. They've got some heavy hitters on these projects, and like everybody has said, it's clearly they're letting them have free reign. I'm sure there's parameters of characters they can't use, but within the parameters of characters that they can, it's so obvious that these guys are able to, in part, create such great works because of the less,
Studio interference.
that's in the kitchen, so to speak.
Yeah, definitely, bro, definitely. So yeah, anybody out there, if you haven't actually seen it, check it out. It's definitely worth watching. You will feel so reconnected to Star Wars in a way that it's like, okay, there is literally hope, just like a new hope that we will be seeing in 2027 on IMAX, yo.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Are you
I
fucking?
I don't know how I feel about this.
They'll make their
No,
money
this
back.
will be a day long remembered.
Easy. They'll make their money back easy.
Bro, on IMAX. Listen, sign me up. I'm ready. I'm definitely ready for it, bro. Because and again, now they're giving themselves 2 years, so I'm wondering what they got cooking, bro. Like, here's the thing. I know a lot. I have to say this before we begin. I know people are going to feel funny about this because number one, if it's the 50th anniversary, a lot of people want to see the untethered, untouched version. They want to see the untampered version of the New Hope.
You don't ask for much.
No, not even a New Hope, just Star Wars. Just
I
Star
like
Wars.
like a
Just Star
plain
Wars.
burger. I'm not asking you to just don't add shit. That's it.
Don't remove shit
nothing.
Like a
either.
plain burger, just don't
No.
give me shit. Just when I ask for cheese, you're like, nah, I'm sure you want cheese. So, no, I don't.
No,
I don't want Jabba.
No.
I don't want Jabba.
No.
Take his ass out of there.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, and then that's my thing because I'm hype about it because they get a chance to see a polished version. I understand, like, look, people want to, but I get a chance to see this on the big screen in an IMAX. Something I would love to see.
IMAX if it's an IMAX. Don't get me
Yeah.
wrong.
Yeah,
But I would lose my mind if I got to see OG version.
the OG version, definitely. So, with that being said, Seb, I'm start with you first because you did kind of meet the news with a bit of trepidation. You said I got some feelings about this. What's your thoughts,
I
bro?
like it.
I mean, do I think that it will look amazing on IMAX? Yes. However, they've been saying that this is going to be a polished version of A New Hope. And my follow-up question to that is, what does this polished version look like? And Keith sort of alluded to this. It's like, oh, they're going to potentially add some stuff into it. My concern isn't just what they could potentially add. They could also potentially remove stuff. And this just makes me feel like I don't know what the vision is. It's not exactly truly transparent of what they're going to put on this screen.
So in other words, you have a bad feeling about this.
Well, I have a bad feeling about this. This is also remember, this is Disney. They are trying to make their money back. So this is not about like the 50th anniversary is not a it used to be sort of this thing of like, oh, it's a fan celebration of how long these fans have been devoted. No. This is not that anymore because this is Disney. This is Disney's excuse to recoup some money from the fans and make a remastered version of A New Hope. Which, you know what? It's their obligation whether or not they want to do it. But my concern is that this is also Disney that gave us the modern stuff with Kathleen Kennedy, and I have no idea whether or not they're going to screw this up royally. And that's where my concern comes from. I don't know whether it'll happen. I really hope it doesn't.
Okay.
But
my question is, who's doing the adding and who's doing the removing? That's my question.
Yeah.
Who's doing this? What director? What executive? Bob Iger got a hand in this? Kathleen Kennedy showing up somewhere.
If they just said it was George Lucas, he had the final say, then I'd be like, okay, you know what?
That was my next person. They're gonna let George Lucas have some hand in this. Who is doing the add-in? Who is doing the release?
I was gonna say George Lucas gave us the special edition, so
yeah, he's not gonna want to take away anything, dude. He's gonna want to give you special edition. More McClunky is what he's gonna want.
Yeah, he wants the special edition out there. He doesn't want any other edition out there. So if we get the original OG, it'll be an amazing opportunity for Disney to, regain, I guess, fan trust, to re-energize Star Wars, kind of like the opportunity they had with The Force Awakens that didn't quite, go the direction that they had all the goodwill built up, and this would be, hey, we're going to release the original Star Wars unedited, or the, cleaned up, but it's the original Star Wars without the special edition you've been asking for, and then we're going to release it on 4K, and then you can buy it. You're welcome, and fans will go, yes.
But
yes.
How likely do you think Disney's going to do that?
I think it's highly likely that Disney is going to do that, because that's one of the. How many times can you get people to buy Star Wars on 4K? And this is something you can't get on 4K right now. And if you can get an official release of A New Hope, so Episode 4, well, it wouldn't be called Episode 4, it would just be called Star Wars, because they didn't add that till later. If you can get an official release of Star Wars on 4K, not the special edition, just the official release of Star Wars 4K, the most pristine print they could possibly find, and you can buy it. People will add that to their collection in a heartbeat.
What I see them actually doing, though, is adding it to Disney Plus for a limited time first, just to get those subs up, and then maybe after 6 months, then give you the actual physical media.
I will say I heard I saw a video. I forget whose it was. And it was certainly just, it wasn't like a, 100% hard facts. It was, I spoke to an insider kind of a thing. And from what I understand, for the 50th anniversary, they are working on cleaning up the negatives of the original trilogy pre-special editions. So if that's true, then that kind of makes a lot of sense for Lucas recently saying that he's not, like, he's out of it. It's, he good for them. They can do what they want. They own it. Because I know he wouldn't have done that, because he likes the special editions. But it was also, and I know we're going to get into this later, but it was also Kathleen Kennedy. Yeah, I know a guy who knows a guy. It was also Kathleen Kennedy who was the one behind the push to clean up Star Wars and play it for everybody. What was it, a couple months ago? And that was not
in UK, right?
San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, San Diego. Yeah, she was the one who wanted to do that, and from what I understand, she did ask him, and he was okay with it. Lucas, I mean. So, I'm of the opinion, and I mean it's just my thought, that I think we are going to get a cleaned up version that's suitable for 4K of the original trilogy before, like, pre-special edition. I don't know. I think Mario's probably. I do think that has a lot of merit to it. The idea of releasing them on Disney Plus first, just to try and draw people in. But at the same time, it makes so much sense for Disney to go along with this.
Negative restoration takes years, though.
But apparently they've been doing, like, it's been going on. It's an ongoing
working on.
Well, the original negatives still exist? I thought I saw documentaries that they were actually doing.
George Lucas has
they do, but they do. It will take work to clean them up.
They do.
And that's the thing. And they are currently, from what I heard, was they're currently working on it now. So, I mean,
they cleaned them up prior to the special editions, from what I understand. Also,
what's that? Sorry.
So I understand that they also cleaned them up prior to the special edition release back in '97.
Yeah, well, there was. You remember I think it was in '95, the THX remastered versions. I still have those on VHS. I think most of us probably do, but that's what they're kind of going for, is that sort of a level of restoration, and to be something better than what we got with those. The ones they stuck it on the bonus material discs for the DVDs.
Oh yeah,
Bad
I've been watching it
The
480.
Laserdisc cans.
That's I've got those. I'm like, ooh, 480. This is good.
Yeah,
This
those
big
were
on the
not,
screen. It's
yeah,
like
that was not
thanks.
good. But I mean, I do think it makes a lot of sense if they're trying to win back fans, because while you do want Star Wars to grow and you want it to expand into new fandom, like you want to grow the fan base, there is no bigger fan base for Star Wars than us. Period.
Yeah.
There has not been a drastic explosion of new fans with the sequels since the Disney era. And I think they thought there would be. And their mismanagement of it has kind of hurt them in that way. But
yeah, they hoped for it, but
yeah,
it didn't come to fruition because of how badly they sort of crapped on it.
yeah.
Well, I
and,
mean, they had it at the beginning with the Force Awakens.
Force
They had the
Awakens,
excitement
yeah.
there, and then it just kind of yeah.
But
It
yeah,
didn't quite land. They didn't quite stick the landing when it came to the sequel trilogy.
and they know that the prequels and the prequel fans and original trilogy fans are the ones with the disposable cash who can come back, and they need us back. They need us buying the toys, buying the video games,
Buying back into the franchise itself.
Yeah,
But do you think it's too late to try to capture the hearts of those fans? Because a lot of fans that are up there in age are very bitter about what Disney did, just ignoring that generation of fans altogether in favor of trying to gain new fans.
I think if they give us, like, and when I say us, I mean those of us of a certain age, of a certain vintage, but yeah, like if they give us what we want, they're not going to lose. And I think a lot of people who still love Star Wars, myself included, people who, thanks, Latoya. A lot of people who still love Star Wars, I think, want to love it. They want to come back. I don't think they're checked out in the way that you're thinking like, oh, you hurt me, I'm done. I'm never giving you another dime. I don't care what you do. Because I think if they did the right thing, you would see a lot of people who are gone come back.
I think what we see, especially with the disgruntled versions or the disgruntled fans, is a pocket that we actually see through social media. But there's much more. There's a bigger space. I mean, we see it at Celebration. We see it in so many different lists. I mean, if they do it, you build it. They always say, "Field of dreams." You build it, people will come. Like that's just the way it is, man. Like if they do it the right way. If they can if not, again, give us the original cleaned up version of it. If they can invest more in telling the story that, or just displaying the story the way Lucas would have wanted it.
Yeah.
I believe it would draw those individuals in. If they plan it out well and restructure their plan of attack is restructured in a way that it makes sense and that you are, listening once again to the fans. Disney has a lot riding on it right now, bro. You've already made your $4.5 million back or $1 billion back, but now you're hemorrhaging because you're making stupid ass mistakes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So you want to make good on those fans because right now they're looking at you like, man. So if you do something like this, I think it would make sense if it's done right. Vinny, you're quiet for a particular reason. What you got to say, bro?
It's I don't know. Do we give this fan base who only asked us for this one thing for 20, 30 years, the one thing that they've been dying for? And it seems like the only opportunity that we ever would have had to get it is if someone bought this IP from George Lucas. And 10 years ago they did, and then they give us what we thought would be the easiest layup of all time. And instead we got we got Blu-rays and high definition versions for a version of the film that many people from our age range grew up with a different film and had plenty of issues with the additions to those stories, and frustratingly wanted cleaner, prettier versions of the OGs, just cleaned up with the deleted scenes from that time. Not deleted scenes, not new scenes. We wanted the deleted scenes, and it's just hopefully the fact that this is a 27 release is indicative that it's going to be something as major as finally releasing the OG cleaned up and launching or leading into a 4K or at least Blu-ray release of the OGs for literally decades. Like, I'm sure I'm not alone. I've been watching the original trilogy on the bonus features on my the Laserdisc port on my DVD set that had a bonus disc with the originals on it. It's the only way that I've watched these films since the first time I seen the special editions, and I watched the Blu-rays for the special editions. Other than that, every single time I have a binge Star Wars or want to feel like I want to like pop those discs in, I never watched the special editions. I can't stand them. There's so much about it that is just takes you out of it. And I mean, it's Lucas's baby, and I respect the fact that he was never going to be responsible for releasing it the old way. He wanted it the new way, but respectfully, it's he gave the baby up for adoption, so now it's a new family who can give us what his fans weren't going to get from him. So I feel like even if it's like Mario said, dropping it on Disney Plus first and then throwing it in the theaters, or vice versa, I don't care. I don't care what you got to do. Make it happen. I'm tired of having to ask for something that like is so easy for you to give me. It doesn't feels like it's free money. You have it. You just put it out there on high def without the bullshit. It's like it's so frustrating because a lot of us here collect physical media, and a lot of us here have lived through buying every movie we want as opposed to streaming it. And a lot of us here have multiple versions of some of our favorite films because they released it when it came out after the video release, and then they added deleted scenes, and you got another release, and then a few years later you upgrade it to Blu-ray or so whatever kind of bonus special steel book or whatever you want. A lot of us have multiple versions of some of our favorite films as a cash grab, and the most greedy company, stereotypically greedy company on the planet, has made us wait 10 years for free money in their pocket. It just doesn't make sense. So I will patiently wait another couple years or however long it takes for this. And I'm with you. I don't think that you'll ever truly piss us off enough where we won't go out of spite. It's just frustrating that we've had to wait so long. And like Leo said, I'll go, even if it's just the special distance, because IMAX is an amazing experience regardless. But man, it feels like such a layup. Feels like such a thank you to the fans who've been patient to just be like, all right, here you go. Like you've been patient while we try to push our version of Star Wars on you. Here's a bone. I don't know why it's so pulling teeth.
Prior to the acquisition of Fox, didn't Fox actually still own the licensing rights to the original Star Wars? I've
heard so many stories, Mario. I don't know what to believe because it's like I've heard so many reasons why they couldn't do it, and I feel like it's bullshit, but I can't prove it.
Well, they did, because that was one of the reasons why in the opening, right before the opening crawl, they couldn't show the Fox logo for a while. So if you've seen like the trilogy films, they didn't have, of course, because they couldn't really attach it to it. So, and that was even for a while why they didn't actually even put any of the newer films back in theater until they got the acquisition done. And that's when you start seeing Disney push to get those films back on the big screen, even with the prequels and stuff like that, and to show them like how they were supposed to be seen with the opening crawl. So it was,
And another thing, I was like I said last couple of weeks ago on Say What, is that 30 years ago, it's 80 companies that own all the media companies. Now it's down to 5. So these people, all they're thinking about is money. Yeah, this is all they're thinking about, and not quality. That's what they're thinking about. And as we can see, after The Force Awakens came out, what did we get? 2 trash movies.
Yeah.
That
Well, that's
never
that's
been
the
made.
thing too. Like if you look at it from the perspective of they're buying like Disney, I mean, is they bought an IP. That's
Yes.
all it is to them. They
That's all
don't
it is.
they don't care about anything else than that.
No.
They
No.
wanted to buy Star Wars and then make a return on that investment. And
They
they had a
did.
set plan of, I forget how many years. Like normally you would expect a Star Wars, based on what we've seen in the past with the prequels and the original trilogy, is that you get a Star Wars movie every 3 years. And with the sequels, it was every other year. And the new trilogy was done in 6 years. It was done. Like that was it. And it felt rushed, and it felt rudderless, which we found out later after it was all done. But they don't care because they thought it was a slam dunk that they could put out anything.
It don't matter. They'll
Star
go.
Wars on it.
I mean, you
That
can't
goes
treat it
back
like
to my-
Marvel.
that
That's
goes
the
back
thing.
to
It gives
my
too
question.
much of it.
Who's
Yeah.
doing this restoration? Who's going to add and who's going to subtract? That's what my issue is. If you got somebody there who has no idea about the continuity of the story or what they want to show, instead of snatching stuff out and editing stuff in, then it's going to be trash. So what I'm saying is, who's doing this? That's what I want to know.
Well, I would imagine it's Lucasfilm that's doing. Like they're probably doing all the restoration is being done in house.
ILM is doing in-house in restoration.
Yeah.
It's gonna be his same team doing it. I think what your biggest question is not who's doing it, but who's going to have the input and the influence
The input of
on what
goes
they
in
what
and
they
what-
Who's managing the
Yeah,
project?
that's what I'm
yeah.
talking
So
about.
who's going to be managing, and if
Yes.
what we're going to be talking about here shortly, I hope for God's, I hope it's not Bob Iger.
Exactly.
Not now.
I hope
What I
it's not
said.
fucking Bob
Not
Iger,
now.
bro. But see, here's the thing, and I think you've been saying this about Bob Iger for a minute. You know what I mean? I think somebody's been saying it about this dude for a minute, that he wasn't all he was cracked up to be, especially with the new trilogy and what we've gotten. But we'll talk about that. I want to kind of save that for the next discussion. All I'm saying is, if this shit comes on, and when it comes on the big screen, I will be there.
If
Oh,
they
yeah.
release
Oh,
a remastered, restored original trilogy for the 50th anniversary on the big screen, and it's not special editions, you watch, these movies will make so much money, and it's a 50-year-old movie. It's a 50-year-old trilogy almost. You watch the money roll in. People are going to be going to see this in the theater for weeks. They're gonna kill it if they do that. And I think that's what they want to do. Personally, I think that's what we're gonna get, because they just, like you said,
They'll have a unique problem though, Chewy, because it's been decades since they've even added on the special edition when promoting or talking about Star Wars at all. They'll have to, in a way, come up with a marketing strategy to remind you that this is the original trilogy, and
I don't think they'll have a hard time with that. I'm
not saying they'll have a hard time with it. I'm saying it's something that they'll have to do that they never had to do before, because so many people grew up on the special editions that don't even realize that shit wasn't how it originally was.
Exactly.
An entire generation.
Yeah,
like
good point, man.
my
Good
nephew
point.
is like almost 30. He's barely ever seen the
well.
original.
I mean, if you're good parenting can make up for a lot of that. You show your kids the original trilogy before the
that's what
special
I mean.
edition.
He doesn't have access to watch it unless he's here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. There you go.
See, and besides us hardcore fans who would definitely go see it, you have a
Like, how would he watch it?
Yeah, you gotta have a generation of kids that goes like, well, isn't that the first one and the one? That's the one I know. I don't know any other version you're talking about. So, and they never had an opportunity to see it. So, you know, it's going to be a hard sell. It's going to be a hard sell.
All I'm just going to tell you is that George Lucas's museum is going to have all special edition shit.
Oh, yeah.
He will never. He's like, man, fuck y'all. I'm doing my own.
He said it was going to be some Star Wars stuff there. It's not going to be all
It's
Star
going to be a
Wars.
lot. Not
He-
gonna be
he's
a lot.
gonna have
all
A
of
little
his
section
his
in the back,
collect- yes,
next to the
yes.
bathroom.
It's going to be like set designs and ship vehicle designs and things like that. I think is what I heard him say.
Yeah.
Damn, that was just like, but I want to move on to this real quick because I don't know if y'all have heard this or not. If you've heard about this or not, because this was news that kind of broke, or a rumor that broke a couple days ago. And that's that Rogue Squadron. Not only is it still on, but it might actually be not a
Oh,
film.
get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
Man, come on.
yeah. Listen. Not only is it still on, but it might be moving to a Disney Plus show instead of a film.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh.
Yeah.
A series. So this is what they're basically saying. Like, when they asked her about it, she said, yes, it's very much still on. The script is basically in development right now. They always say that shit, but that it could be moving over instead of it being a film because of the extended or the extension of storytelling and stuff like that, that it could be a Disney Plus show. And on top of that, it's because, and a lot of these directors are doing it. It is fucking funny. A lot of directors are basically seeking the influence of, and they basically admired everything that Tony Gilroy did. And they are looking at that as a platform to say you can tell great storytelling and you can be really committed to doing certain things. I hope that's true if the sentiment, but I don't know if this is going to actually happen. I'm just going to be completely honest. I don't know. This shit has been in development for the longest time. So as all these other films and all this other shit. But I'm always optimistic, and I live in the space of optimistic to say, look, I want to see everything Star Wars if it's done right and done the right way. I'm gonna go to somebody right now I'm gonna go to two people first with a level of sensibility that I know for a fact they're gonna probably be like, okay, well let's calm and just talk about this. Because I know Vinny gonna go off, Zeb's gonna go off. I know it's gonna be a whole bunch of people that's gonna go off over this shit.
I knew it was gonna be Vinny and me.
Yeah, I already know it. So I'm just gonna wait. And Mario will probably go off too. Don't think Mario and Uncle Keith too. So I'm just
Uncle Keith has questions.
Uncle Keith got questions.
I always have questions.
So Chewy, you first, because Mario will be like, man. But anyway, Chewy, what's your thoughts on this, man? What's your thoughts on the possibility, bro?
I don't think that it's going to go to Disney Plus. I think from what I've heard, again, I thought they were trying to get away from televised Star Wars on Disney Plus.
Mm-hmm.
Like I thought that was their plan, was to move away from that. Because, yeah. So I mean, for them to turn around and then take something that should be a movie and throw it on Disney Plus, it seems like they're giving that up already, and I don't see that happening. But also, I mean, Bryce Dallas Howard.
I agree. But go ahead.
Exactly. Ghetto Yoda is 100% right. But yeah, Patty Jenkins. It's Patty Jenkins, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Patty Jenkins. She is a feature film director. Let her make a feature film. That's what I want to say. I would rather see Rogue Squadron as a movie. And tell it in a tight, I know it doesn't sound like tight, but a tight 2 hours. Mm-hmm. And that's the story. And it could be great. And then if it's a good movie, if it does really well, maybe you can have sequels to it. You never know. But I mean, she proved herself with the first Wonder Woman movie that with some guide rails, she can do good things. Mm-hmm. Now, when you give her too much control, you get Wonder Woman 1984. So you have to rein her in a little bit. But I think this should be a movie. I don't think this should be a Disney Plus show. I highly doubt that it's going to be on Disney Plus. I think from what I understand that Ahsoka season 2 is going to be their last Disney Plus show, was what I heard. But I mean, who knows? I mean, they change their minds, it seems like every other week. So who knows what they're going to do? Yeah. That's what I think. I don't think it'll be a Disney Plus show. If it happens at all, it'll be a movie.
If it happens at all, that's the most important thing. X, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I mean, when it comes to Star Wars on the small screen, it's Star Wars on the small screen, and for the most part, I'm done with Star Wars on the small screen.
Yeah.
Unless we're talking about animation and on the small screen, it works. It just
animation and Andor worked.
Yes.
And Andor was, it's like, oh, Andor was a pleasant surprise, but they
Yeah.
put a ton of money and effort behind Andor. The same could not be said for a lot of their other live action Star Wars shows, which felt small. And if you wanted to do a character driven, show about, Rogue Squadron, you could, but when I think Rogue Squadron, I think X-Wings in space doing X-Wing stuff.
Yeah.
And that should be on the biggest screen possible. X-Wings running after TIE fighters or TIE fighters, TIE interceptors, coming after X-Wings. That's what I want to see. Dogfights. I want to see dogfights on the big.
I want to see
screen.
U-wings, TIE fighter. I want to see.
I want to see all of it. I want to see battle stations. I want to see Star
TIE fighter bombers, bro.
See...
Like I want to see it all, man.
Yes,
TIE interceptors, bro. I want to see. Yeah.
Can I interject with a question, please? What is the movie Starfighter going to be about?
Starfighter.
Starfighter. What is that going to be about?
You gotta wait and see.
It's going to be about fighting around against TIE fighters.
Oh, we've lost Vinny.
we got to see. We'll get to that.
Well, listen, Starfighter, Rogue Squadron sounds like people flying around in space to me, doing stuff with ships, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So we're talking about basically the same movie, maybe. That's
why
we're getting this doubtful about going to Disney Plus instead of making it a movie.
There's a premise to Starfighter that's already out there. I just don't want to talk about it just in case people don't want to know.
Okay, I don't know. I'm just
so there's definitely a premise out there for it, but I don't want to, you know what I mean? But and it sounds pretty interesting. You know what I mean?
All right.
This is Rogue Squadron all-out dogfight that I would want to see.
Okay. All right.
So that's what I would want to see, but we just got to kind of wait.
I imagine a group of, a squadron of fighters. I imagine that being the film and not Starfighter. It could be about one guy.
One guy. That's what it is. Jedi. I mean, it's Star Wars, Starfighter. You know what I mean?
So
I don't. You call it Starfighter. You can't be Starfighter out on the ocean. We saw the picture. It looked like it was a water world.
Water world. I know. I was going to say
they do have water worlds in Star Wars, and they have ships under the water. So,
why can't you be
bro? Like
under the water.
Mr. Sargasso Sea
was basically a water world filled with like a lot of water and land. So
why can't his name be Mr. Coral Reef, or how about something like that?
Duncan City
on water. So they're just again.
See, okay, here we go. Bad writing. Starfighter on the ocean. All right, I got it. Okay. I'm going.
That's not. Well, we don't know what the movie's about yet.
All right.
We don't know what the movie's about yet.
There's only been one photo that's been
released. What you were saying, X-Men?
There is a body of water. That's all we know. Is that there was a body of water. We don't know if there's going to be a water landing.
He's not X's into it. See, Stacey X is talking the same shit.
In which case, there's a flotation. Your seat is a flotation device. No, I don't. Let's wait and see what it turns out to be. But I do think this needs to be a film, especially if you want to get people to go back to theaters to see your damn movies. Well, stop putting stuff on Disney Plus and put it in the theaters.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're training people to stay at home.
There's also the the percentage of likelihood as to whether or not this even ever gets made. Like that's. I would say I know people that I know who literally don't think this is ever going to happen, or they think it has about as much chance of happening as the Rey movie, which I also don't think is ever going to happen.
Heck no.
Like this, it seems like they're just throwing breadcrumbs out to keep people going. What's this? Oh, what are they saying? Oh, what's happening? But I don't know. I don't know if that's just for their investors, or if it's for the fans to keep hoping, keep hope alive. But I don't know. I would love to see this Rogue Squadron movie, absolutely. But it needs to be a movie if it happens at all. Period.
Yeah. All right, Zeb, your thoughts?
Where to start with this? I actually don't think it should be a movie. First,
Oh,
well, and the reason for it is because we have the other. I forget what the other title was that Keith talked about.
Starfighter.
Starfighter. I think that should be a movie because you can literally make that about a singular fighter and his story and so forth. Then you can make that interesting. I think Rogue Squadron lends itself a little bit more towards the TV series, and I would like it to be a TV series, mostly because I want there's going to be spaceship battles and so forth. Like that's the whole thing. But if you want to make it a good story, you're going to have more than just like, oh, they just go into battle and they fight. Because that would literally be let's make a movie of literally the last 10 minutes of A New Hope. It's like, okay, it's fun and exciting, but there's not really a lot of substance story-wise there.
Exactly.
It's really, really cool to see. It's really
actually, I could
cool
see how you could do that. I really do.
But
I see how you could do that. Yeah, you just show it from different points of view.
Yeah, I guess, but I would rather be a TV series, and what I would like to see is some semblance of what we saw in Andor season 2, where you have like multiple years, so you're following the same group of people, but you see them, some of them die. You see the fallout of that. You see potentially there's some resentment that Luke is doing his own thing, even though he's supposedly part of this squadron. Like there's a lot of like emotional baggage or so forth, or something similar to what Band of Brothers did for their TV series, where you have like specific missions that you get to see them do in different scenarios, and also see the emotional toll that takes on the squad. I feel like that it lends itself more to that. Now, whether or not this actually gets made. That is a big question because they flip-flopped on this back and forth for a while. So I'm wondering how many writers have gone through this script, rewritten it, changed it. Like, I feel like if this ever does get made, it's not going to be a hit. I feel like they're going to have mishmashed this Frankenstein's monster into something that is not good to see, and unfortunately, it's going to be a flop.
So are we talking Baba Black Sheep in outer space? Is that what we're talking here?
I don't know about that, but I think
you know exactly what show I'm talking about.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I think though the writing is probably going to be just like there's going to be so many different inputs from so many different writers and directors that there's not going to be a unified sort of tone or writing style throughout this whole thing. So there's just going to be this mishmash of like this weird. And we'll see if this actually gets made. I don't know. I definitely don't think the Rey film is going to get made. I think Star Wars fans for a while have just been sort of very dismissive of the whole character in and of itself, because it's just, and like the whole her not the actor Daisy Ridley, I don't put the blame on her, but I think the whole how they created the character and the writing around the character is just so horribly done. There's just no foundation to work from there. Like there's a lot of issues, and that can be a whole separate conversation. But I think we'll see if this actually gets made. I'm not going to hold out high hopes for it because of how often they've like changed their mind about this thing. But we'll see. And if they do make it, and they do make it well, I'd hope to see something of like Band of Brothers, second season of Andor sort of thing, because I want to feel emotionally attached to these characters if it turns out to be a good one.
See, but what I'm
you know what I would want to see, and I was just kind of thinking about this. a little bit, which I think would be dope. Vinny, what was the name of that film? Was it 1917? What was it? 1917. If they actually did a one shot where you basically had a squadron, an entire squad starting from the base of operations, and you basically started from the base, and they have a mission, they have basically a trajectory where they need to actually go, and in the midst of that, in the midst of this battle, I mean, again, like you're gonna take some casualties, you're gonna take some losses. You're seeing this all done in one shot, even if they have to get from one point to another point. But in the midst of all that, maybe because it is the Rogue Squadron, maybe we do see a hint. You don't have to see who's on the ship, but you see basically maybe a slip of the Millennium Falcon flying around through a battle at one point. Maybe you do see Luke in an X-Wing basically flying around at some point where you get caught up in something, a mission that was supposed to take place, but everything's done in a one shot type of like atmosphere. I think that would be super, super dope to see something like that done. There's ways to do it, and maybe it's because I live in a space of optimism that I always want to see something good from Star Wars. I don't want to dwell. I guess for me,
you could do that in the TV series, though.
You could. You can definitely do that in the TV series. But what I'm saying is, it would be more successful in a film.
See,
but the reason why I say that is because, again, if you're doing it from a film standpoint, you get more of an impact where it's not a continuation to another episode. I would want to see something like that done in one particular film. I'm just saying something like that would be cool. To see. And I think, like I said, for me, it's just I'm tired when it comes to something that I love so much, like Star Wars in general. I'm tired of living in a space of negativity, constantly just saying what they won't do, what they can't do, what's going to be trash, what's going to be that. I want to live in a space where there is a level of optimism to see that there is a possibility.
I definitely have hope.
Yeah.
Because I see the vision, I see visions, I see Andor, and I'm like, okay, there are some good people in the building that are creating some really, really good stuff.
If they're allowed to do it.
I don't have hope for the leadership. That's the big thing. Which is, as long as they can get out of their own way, they're good.
Yeah.
Well, you also got to put some money behind it, is the thing. Like, Andor wasn't cheap, and it shows that Andor wasn't cheap compared to something that's, this is completely shot in the volume, or this is completely, the sets look kind of, it's something lacking. It's like, this looks like you spent the money on the actors, you didn't spend the money on, the way the show looks and all that. Andor, they spent some money on Andor.
But didn't they make it all back? And then some?
That's a very good question.
I don't know.
But in order to do a Rogue Squadron show, you'd have to put some money behind it. Otherwise, it's going to look a little cheap.
Did any
what
of
I'm
you
saying
read?
Is, how many TV shows and movie have we seen that we hear it's going to be going on, then it's not, then it's on, then it's not. And then when it finally gets made, it's not what we thought it was, or it wasn't that good. That's what I'm talking about with this. Same thing with Blade. How long has Blade been flying around out there in the ether? And we still haven't seen the movie. This is the kind of thing I'm saying. If you're going to make something, make it. Don't keep saying, we're going to think about making it a TV show. We're going to make it to a movie. We're going to get this director, that. That's what causes people to have trepidations about, well, is it going to be good? I just want it to be good. I don't care what it's about.
Did any of you read, there was an EU book, Truce at Bakura? Does anyone remember that one?
No.
There is a space battle in that story that if you took it out and just used it as a jumping off point, you could make a movie on that. Just that. And if they're wanting to mine the EU for ideas that they don't have to attribute to the EU, they can just use it as a starting point. That alone would be, the setup to go off into a certain fight, and everybody's getting together and they're picking pilots, and it's just like a dirty dozen of fighter pilots in a way. And then they could set that up, and that would be a fantastic story to call Rogue Squadron.
See, I brought up Baba Black Sheep. Okay, it was like a comedy / series type show.
Yeah.
But it was about a squadron of misfits on a Pacific island who went out and flew missions.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they have to be misfits or a comedy, But if you're gonna have a TV show, it could be something like that.
We don't want a Star Wars version of McHale's Navy either.
Yeah, McHale's Navy.
You know what I was thinking also that I mean I don't know if I'm sure some of you guys might know, but I was kind of thinking something else completely different in the sense where I would kind of I agree with Seb to the point to where if we did have the opportunity for a TV show, you have the opportunity to flesh out the characters even more. Just because the idea of a few dogfights just doesn't seem like there's enough substance. Exactly what Seb said. But you know, to that point, y'all remember Macross or Robotech?
Yeah.
Something like that. You know,
That was dope.
You got this young kid who's coming up, hotshot pilot, older brother. There's tragedy, there's love, there's a bunch of space battles and dogfights. You know, there's enemies, there's all kinds of stuff that's built up.
A lot of casualties too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly. You know, so something like that, I think you could totally flesh out. You know, within the TV series. But they also did this. They did that same setup in the span of an actual movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys saw it. It's called Do You Remember Love? It's freaking love that movie. It's so awesome. You got decapitation and everything, man. It's awesome. And, but yeah, man, I think something along those lines. I mean, that would be intriguing for me. Yeah. But Leo, you already know my thought process, dude. I mean, I'm sure you can say it with me. I'll believe it when I see it.
Believe it when I see it, bro.
So,
no, you can definitely do it in a movie. I'm just reminded of I just reminded myself of Fury with Brad Pitt and so forth. Like you can definitely do it.
That was dope.
Movie.
I love that movie.
It's just you have a little bit more leeway with the TV series in building up the characters. In the movie, there's very little sort of margin for error on being able to create a character quickly enough that your audience can connect with, and then have them go through some stuff so that you can have like a good story. So I think I say TV series more so because I want Disney to err on the side of like, oh, we can play around with it a little bit more rather than
give it more space to breathe.
Yeah, and not being like on the edge of a knife and sort of being like, well, if we screw up once, we're gonna be split in half here.
Yeah. The problem with
the studio has to get out of the way of everything.
The problem with the TV show model for Disney Plus in the past has been though that they'll have a tight 8-episode thing, and then they'll stretch something out beyond, like they'll throw 2 filler episodes in for no reason. And then, and then it should be all the 8 episodes should be focused on the one storyline for that particular story.
Yeah, 100%.
And they've not done that yet in any of the shows. They seem to find in something that's supposed to be if it's only 8 episodes, which is what their pattern has been, you have to stay on track. You can't do it like we used to see in, back in the old days, like, with the X-Files, let's say, where there was 23 episodes in a season.
Yeah, 24 episodes.
Yeah, you could have side adventures and go off on tangents and still have the main
Party Boys.
Have the main focus storyline
to tighten up the story that much, even more so if you just do like an 8-episode one shot. But limited series, one and done, and that's it. That's
been the problem with the Disney Plus shows that I've seen, though, is that they don't stick to the main story, and they don't have a lot of time. They've only got 8 episodes, and they're not even an hour long, most of them.
You can tell a competent story in 2 hours. You just need to have someone who knows how to tell a story. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of good movies come out this year, and it's not impossible to make a good Star Wars movie. That's too long, that has character development, that has a story, that sets up a world, that does all these things. It's been done.
The other thing with the Disney Plus
good story is people at Disney recognizing a good story.
That's the thing.
The other thing with Disney Plus, their 8-episode things though is that they've also over budgeted them to the point where it's ridiculous. And you look at some of the shows, you're like, where did all the money go? Because they don't look cinematic. But they've got $300 million budgets. And it's like, if you're going to spend that money, make a movie. Do a movie. Right. And
$300 million, you want to do what, 45 minutes, 30 minutes, 45 minutes per episode over 8 hours, or just make a solid 2-hour long movie for $300 million.
Yeah. because you know they're going to blow the budget on something stupid. That's just the way Disney's been.
That's what they do. Vinny, what's your thoughts on this, man?
A lot of great ideas here, a lot of frustration. I've been super frustrated with this particular story because, like Uncle Keith mentioned, man, this is a concept that is just such a no-brainer. Like when you think of Blade, you think of, I don't know, man, just it's vampires crossed over. Do John Wick with vampires.
Exactly.
Easy.
Yep.
Done.
Done.
And then the
Perfect.
premise for this thrown around when this was first dropped was, Top Gun with Star Wars X-Wings.
Yeah.
Why we've gone back and forth with this news on this film for it feels like 4 years plus. It's absolutely ridiculous, and probably more than that because this was right after 84. So yeah, probably around 4 or 5 years. There's all these amazing ideas thrown around, like something like a 1917 or Fury or Band of Brothers or all these different things that a military rebel group could be that's focusing on the military aspect of Star Wars as opposed to a singular protagonist. But I just personally maybe unfairly, but I don't feel so. Just have zero faith in Patty being the one to bring that to us. I didn't particularly enjoy Wonder Woman as most people did because of how they handled the villain. The rest of it was decent. Not something I would be like, oh, that's the go-to to make a great Star Wars movie because of that movie was so great. I thought it was just decent. And then the follow-up though was one of the worst movies I've ever seen. Not just comic book movies, just one of the worst movies. And I can't think of anyone other than like Taika who I would want further away from Star Wars until they have the luxury of a miss. And right now they don't have the luxury of a miss.
Right.
Yeah.
So someone coming off of the last thing they did was 5-6 years ago, a Wonder Woman 84 film that is the epitome of a Razzie type film. That's not who I believe to be the person that you want to be among your first films jumping back onto the silver screen foray, especially with a niche, concept. I mean, we love star fights and dog fights in space, and we love that aspect of Star Wars. But that is a niche aspect of Star Wars that not everyone goes to those films to see, and they would have to do a very good job of giving you your Maverick and Goose grab to get people who aren't already Star Wars, like the people who go to see Top Gun. It's not because they're like there's the majority of the people in America who went to see and made that movie $1 billion isn't because they're just such a big fan of the Air Force. No, like they like Tom Cruise, or they like the camaraderie, or they liked the actors and this, that, all these other aspects. And the movie was intense, and the movie was well paced. It didn't have loopholes and silly swinging through clouds with invisible rope. Like it didn't have a bunch of bullshit that pissed off the fan base that knows what these characters should and shouldn't be able to do. I don't trust that this is the person to bring that vision. I don't like being pessimistic, but when it comes to Star Wars, it's like I don't know. It's like the new despair instead of the new hope. Sometimes, man, it's just like get it together. I want to see them do well. I want them to put themselves in a position to win. And I think there's intelligent people there at Disney, at Lucasfilm, whatever, who were scared away with 84 and took her off, and or seeing what she was doing with her script and took her off. Why? It's almost like there's mom and dad are doing a tug of war with this film, and like somebody's saying, nah, bring her back. No, fire her. Bring her back. No, fire her. I'm over it. I'm over it. The first pitch to me sounded like a fucking home run layup, and everything about it since it just left a bad taste in my mouth. And like I'm over it. I don't have any confidence that they'll give us something great with this, and the idea or premise that it might wind up on Disney Plus, I don't think that's a great idea at all. Andor, I felt like Andor worked because it had superior writing and directing from somebody who was absolute genius at what he does. I unfortunately would not put that faith in Patty Jenkins' writing and directing to compensate for the lack of action that the show would have being on television or streaming versus the big screen. Whereas in the big screen, you can hide any lack of writing or directing talent with cool ass fights in space. They won't have that luxury because, like you guys have said, even when they have a $300 million budget for a show, a lot of times, man, Acolyte sometimes looked like they were walking around in a set when they were in the woods. Every single time they were in the woods, it looked like you could, it looked like they were walking around in the garden section of Lowe's. Like you clearly could tell they were in a set. Like it was ridiculous, and I like that show, but it wasn't. They didn't spend the money well, and I think that they are going to spend a lot of money on this, and I'd rather them spend it where they could put that money and effort on the big screen and have hide any lack of talent with cool ass fight scenes, and otherwise give it to someone else that's going to put it on streaming who would be able to do more with the dialogue and the writing, because if it's on streaming, it's going to focus on that more than the action, because we haven't had a very heavy. I can't imagine the show on streaming. The strength, the pitch of the show is the dogfights, and that's all going to take a ton of budget. So everything about this I'm kind of soured on. I wish I wasn't. I wish it was something that was as easy as it should be. But Disney these days, like, they make it so tough. And like Uncle Keith says, stop telling me every time you guys just have a sniffle. Like, you don't gotta tell me every single time you have a thought in your head. And I feel like this is what they do now. They have an idea and they throw it out there to see if we still are interested or not, instead of just telling us.
Test the waters.
Exactly.
And I'm tired of it. They test the waters every single thing. It's like I'm about to drink some orange juice. What do you guys think about that?
Yeah. Get it done. Just make it, say, announce it, and get it done.
Yeah, it's no longer the Disney that was like, hey, let's put out Aladdin. Hey, let's put out like whatever we can think of. And you know what? If it works, it works. But you know what? We're Disney. We have confidence in ourselves that it will be a hit. It's now, let's mitigate risk here and see if the audience really, really likes this or that. Or
and so they used to have that confidence when they were writing Rogue One. They didn't say, hey, Disney is thinking about doing a movie of what took place before. They got the plans. And just to see how the internet would react. Man, just fucking do it, or don't. Don't try to gauge how the fans will react, because guess what? Most of the fans will shit on every single idea before you even get to it. And then you'll be like, oh, they must not want that. Man, you can't gauge that.
No.
Yeah. And also, just because they shit on the idea doesn't mean they won't like it, because if it's executed well, they'll be like, oh, never mind. You changed their mind.
I mean, had we gone to them back in 1977 and said, hey, we're thinking about making this movie called Star Wars, are you interested? Most people would go, what?
Yeah.
Just but no, instead you just dropped Star Wars on them and said, this is Star Wars, and people were like, holy shit, this is great. But people don't know what they want.
I'm pretty sure when George Lucas, I'm pretty sure there's a documentary about this, but when George Lucas
got passed over
Star Wars, he got passed over, and people just laughed him out of the freaking office. Like, no one wanted to watch this thing. No one had believed in this thing. And then when the first thing came out, they're like, holy shit, this is amazing. Like, just, like, don't listen to the critics. Don't listen to anyone about the idea. Keep it in-house. If you have confidence in the idea, execute it. If you execute it well, it'll generally turn out well.
The problem too is
as I said before, entertainment was different back in 19. 1977 than it is now.
I think social media is
Different atmosphere,
Yes.
totally different world than it was in 1977.
I
A
think
lot of the
social
time
media
when they're plugging
flipping
new
the-
ideas.
flipping
Sorry,
the idea.
sorry, Danny. Go.
I'm sorry. I think social media is flipping the idea that all press is good press, and it feels like it. I mean, the way it used to be was it was so hard to get information out to people that
Yeah,
if you were talking about something good, bad, or whatever, you were keeping that name out there. But now with social media, you're literally able to constantly, like, you don't need to be on people's minds 24/7 in order to be successful. And it's almost like, hey, there's been a couple days where we weren't in the news cycle. Let's tell them something.
Yep.
Yeah.
When you have the 24-hour news cycle like we do now that we didn't have back then, a lot of the conversations that would have been limited to boardrooms and between executives about what ideas we're gonna put out, what movies we're gonna make. Now all that stuff gets out. Like you can't escape it. So now that's why we get all this. Every idea they put it out because they know it's gonna leak. So they just
they want it to leak. The news that there's plenty of stuff that comes out that's a surprise to us. That stuff could have leaked too, but they put a lid on it.
And there's certain things.
Everything that gets out, it's intentional. They don't, because if they want something close to the chest, they make sure it is.
They know they have people in their studio that are leaking information. They know that, and they don't do anything to stop it because they want the information out. And that's not something we had to deal with in the 80s and the 70s. And
So we spent so much time on this, man. Like we spent so much time on this that we didn't really get a chance to get to know. Don't be sorry. I mean, it's because I wanted to kind of get to this real quick.
We tired of mediocre crap. We want something good.
So I want to get to this. Of course, we know that this is basically caught a lot of wind.
Here we go.
And there's been this influx. Adam Driver talked about how him, and I forget the director's name.
Steven Soderbergh.
Steven Soderbergh. Yeah, Soderbergh had developed a story about, the search for Kylo Ren, how he had actually survived. And it was an interesting story. We don't know yet because they didn't go into details, but Soderbergh himself in his mind was like, hey, I can see this play out. And it would have been an incredible story. They went to Kathleen Kennedy, who thought it was a great idea, then they went to Bob Iger.
See?
He said no, because we don't know, and it looks he died. So if he's dead, why do we want to, whatever? So he said no. Now I can understand from a certain standpoint based on his demise in Rise of Skywalker, but if it's an interesting story, and hell, if Darth Maul can get cut in half and use his rage to
if Palpatine can be resurrected,
Palpatine in the same fucking movie that you're talking about, he died, can come back from the dead, which completely undermined everything that happened in Return of the Jedi. If you can do that shit, but then you said that you can't do something like this.
Well, obviously, Bob Iger hasn't been paying attention to his own movies.
No, but then
I think maybe he don't want to make sense.
Looking at anything.
Well, I think maybe that's the reason for it is because when
from his mistakes.
Yeah, when Palpatine was revealed, people were like everyone just let this just sigh of exasperation of just why we this was no longer the story. Why are you? It's sort of like how TV shows have time travel, and you're just like, this is getting so convoluted and so dumb, and just I want to shoot myself in the head. And I think Bob Iger sees that action in the movies was just a terrible idea. It would have been a far better idea to make Snoke the actual evil bad guy and not have him die within 2 seconds within the second film. That would have probably been a little bit of a better idea. It might not have boosted the sales as much as he would have wanted, but it would have been a whole lot better than what they had with Palpatine. And I think he sees that with Ben Solo being like, if we resurrect another character from the dead, the rules are out the window. There is nothing sacred. There is no like foundation for like anything that's going to happen in the Star Wars universe. Things can go crazy.
Don't you think it's a little bit too late for that though?
Exactly.
No, it's not, because
here's the reason why I say that though. Because the same person, and the thing is, you telling me that you didn't learn from your fucking mistakes earlier on. You didn't learn from the mistake of saying, we purchased this shit now, lying to George Lucas and telling him, yes, we'll use your treatment, but as soon as you sign on the dotted line, you scrub his fucking idea, which was costly. Honestly, it was costly because you chose your own interpretation because you wanted to differentiate from George Lucas's vision, his characters, the OG characters. It was already out there that he said, literally, we need to separate ourselves from those ideas and make our. I get it. You bought the shit. You want to do what you want to fucking do, but it didn't work. It just didn't work. And right now, they need a win. But the problem that I'm having with this, the biggest problem that I have with this, is that Kathleen Kennedy has become the face of ridicule when it was the decisions that this motherfucker right here made. But yet, everybody wants to point the finger at her. Like I've been saying this for the longest time. Motherfuckers talk so much shit about her, but y'all forget about the shit that she fucking greenlit. And if it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have had Andor. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have had Rogue One. If it wasn't for her, we wouldn't have The Mandalorian. And that's what I'm saying. Bob Iger has been the biggest fucking problem, and people don't realize it. And I've been saying this shit. This motherfucker's a snake, bro.
Yeah.
He is a fucking snake. And it's because of him, half this shit is going fucking wrong, but people want to believe otherwise. You know what I mean?
No, you are right. But it's not just him. She also had a hand to play in the bad shit that we did see.
Yeah, she's not completely.
She's not squeaky clean, but at the same time, I'm not saying that. But if your hand is forced, if you're basically saying that, if your hands are fucking forced, if you have a motherfuckers telling you, okay, no, we need you to do this, you're going to do that, and then it's coming out of your mouth when you know it was from somebody else. You got to take the brunt.
Iger
Iger
knew exactly what he was doing by putting Kathleen Kennedy in the line of fire for that. He used her as a shield.
He did.
And
no, it's political.
The thing, it's completely political. And the thing, too, you got to remember as well is that, like you said, Lael, the stuff that we got that we liked, that was her. The stuff that could have been, oh my God, horrible, she saved. Like, I know a lot of people have their ideas about Solo. I loved Solo. I thought Solo was a great movie. I really enjoyed it. She was the one who stopped it from turning into a Ace Ventura comedy. That would have been bad. Like, she came in and said, no, this is not the character. I'm sorry, Lord Miller, you got to go. Brought in Ron Howard, who is a very good director. He came in and brought it right back on track to where it was supposed to be. And for me, I loved Solo. I thought it was a great movie. And the problem is that she unfortunately got kind of brought in, but like Lucas kept her on, like he made sure that she was the one to stay after he left. But I think he thought that Iger was a better person and that was going to go with his, I don't know this, but I'm just saying, I think
and remember, he was gone. He was gone, and then the pandemic hit.
He was gone, but no, he was there he was there right after the sale. He left and then he came back.
Yeah.
He was there when Lucas sold it.
Yep.
And I think Lucas thought that Iger was going to be more of an bad terminology, but more of an honorable kind of a guy with his baby. Yeah. And he left Kathleen in charge because he thought she's going to be able to execute what she knew would be the right way to go. And I think Iger got in her way more often than not. And I don't think that
we were losing billions. We got to bring him back to get this stuff right so we can make money again. And that's why.
Yeah. And I mean, that's the thing. I think Kathleen Kennedy, yes, there are certain things she's done. I mean, she's done in in public, like saying that Star Wars has no expanded universe to work from, was kind of a what moment when they were coming up with the storylines.
Yeah.
But you know, in terms of movies, I don't think she was even. I think she was maybe 10% of the problem that everyone attributes her to
She
being.
wasn't a huge percentage.
Not
She
at
was
all.
the thing is, again, bro, like you can only do what's been given. You can
Yeah.
only do what's been, and again, because originally, and what they were saying is she wanted to see, because she wanted to see George Lucas's vision continue. She wanted to continue with that, but then got blindsided by Iger and his bullshit. Even the shit that he said in the book, he admitted to the shit. He admitted when he basically said, yeah, George is probably mad or upset because of, you know, how we did scrap the idea that he presented. Now, there's two sides to that. One, George Lucas, you did sell that shit. You sold this shit to Disney. They bought it for $4. The money was there, and you had to know that this is what the fuck was going to happen.
Big corporations.
So, this is a big corporation. You sold it. So of course there were the check cleared. There were some changes that were going to be made. So there's not much that you can do in that particular space. Yeah. But on the flip side of it, if Iger agreed and it was signed, if you agreed and said yes, and then lied about the shit, that it's a stab in the back.
That's what he did.
So that's exactly what he did. Yeah. And then to quell that whole thing, to say I don't want I don't want the pressure on me, Kathleen. Yeah, so I need you to do such and such, whatever. And no, this is all your ideas, but yeah. And she gets fucked over for so many years. Mm-hmm. Like, it's hard, bro. It's hard. And I'm not saying that she is completely squeaky clean, because again, if you are speaking in terms of being a strong female in this industry, sometimes you got to stand up for what you fucking believe in and just say, no, fuck that. This is not the way shit needs to go. But at the same time, she ain't the one signing the checks. It's kind of hard.
I wonder how things would have gone if she had stood up to Iger. If she had would he have just backed down? Because he can't fire her, because how does that look? The one person that George Lucas left to look after everything, and Iger gets rid of her, then it looks like everything that happened is all his fault. You know, so I think she probably did have a little more power to be able to to put her foot down, but I guess she didn't feel like she did, but I don't know.
But so back to the original topic, because we got the if they do make this, I don't want it to be he got resurrected and we're trying to find him. I'd much rather it be this is his childhood backstory of when he's like with Leia and he starts getting trained by Luke and so forth, and his story of how he turns to the dark side. That would be
for like a standalone through his eyes.
Yes.
Okay. I don't know that I from what I've heard, from what we read in the news report, the idea was that he would be back, like that it was a resurrection situation.
Oh.
Well, here's the thing. And look, it wasn't even just that. I know it wasn't even just that Kathleen Kennedy liked the idea. It wasn't even just that. Like, they have a script. They have a completed script.
Yeah,
it's done.
It was both Adam Driver and Soderbergh working on the script.
They paid for everything. It was ready to go, and Iger came in at the last minute and stabbed and just cut its throat. But the thing you have to remember too is there's so much about the Force that we don't know, right? Like there's a lot of stuff that happens and that has happened that has been bits and pieces fleshed in over the years. Like, look at it this way, right back to the first movie. If you look at Ben Kenobi, Vader kills Ben Kenobi. Ben Kenobi he instantly was gone. There was no body at any time. Yeah. Everyone else dies and then they fade away. Kenobi was gone. And I think there are mysteries.
But it was very clear that Ben Kenobi corporally was dead. That was
Seb,
very
using the
well.
big words. Seb, using them big words.
There was no
It-
there was
it
no
was-
corpse though.
No. It doesn't matter that there was no corpse or there was a corpse. It was very well like
at the time, yeah.
in the movie and so
Sure.
forth through. I'm one now with the Force.
Say the
I'm
word
no
again.
longer
Say the
with
word
the
again.
living.
Say the word again, Seb.
Corporeal. There.
There you go.
It was
I
very well
agree.
established that he was dead. So that was
Yeah.
that was a universal rule. It's like when you're dead, you're dead.
But
That
it changed
changed when
through-
they
even
changed
through
when
the
they
original
brought back Palpatine.
trilogy. Even through the original trilogy, that changed, right? Like he's dead, and then suddenly he's appearing, and we call it a force.
No,
ghost.
but
You know,
he even is like even through his interaction with Luke, we realized, oh no, he's not like alive in the traditional sense. He's just this other life.
he's transformed.
Like
He's a force ghost. And in that interim, like the only person that can see him at that time, because he is a force ghost, was Luke.
Is Luke.
Because of the connection to the force.
But my point was that because we learned these things over time through the original trilogy about sort of how it works, there's still room to add to that, to come up with a different reason why maybe Ben Solo disappeared but comes back.
And there are examples of a force ghost becoming like flesh and blood again. Like in the comics, there was a Sith that worked with Darth Vader, created Dark Temple on Mustafar, eventually used it as a nexus of Dark Force to eventually regain a mortal body. Like that, there are examples of that, but the circumstances of how that happened were very, very specific, and I don't know whether or not Adam Driver's character is gonna, if they're gonna do that for his character. Are they gonna be like, no, he just survived a mortal wound and that's that. He's just been missing this entire time. I feel like that's more the route they're gonna go. And that's not exactly what actually happened. We saw him, actually saw him die. So I mean, it's a little hard to be like, oh, we actually saw him die. It's like, oh no, actually, after like on and off scene that we didn't see, he actually just sort of limped off and went to lick his wounds and so forth. It's like,
well,
no,
we
wait,
saw
hold up.
we literally saw him vanish, so we know he did the Star Wars die.
Yeah.
Would it piss you guys off? I guess my question is, because this is something that Ghetto Yoda, I was just reading with that. With the insertion of the world between worlds, would that piss you off even more?
No,
like that he showed up there,
because that
would be similar to what a Force ghost. He's not flesh and blood. He's more of like just a transformed consciousness that is either teaching something or expressing a story to another mortal being that is flesh and blood. So I wouldn't see a problem with that. If they had a story where Ben Solo came back not as like a flesh and blood character, but as a Force ghost that they found, that would be that. Then I'd be fine with that. But they're talking about like, oh no, he actually was alive this entire time,
or he died, but they're gonna. Or he did die, die in quotations, but or he died and he manages to coming through. Like again, I think everybody in any Jedi or Force user who dies and fades away becomes one with the Force. I think they go to not to the world between worlds, because I think that's more like a way station, but I think they go through there onto the other, whatever the other plane of existence that they live on is now.
Let me ask you a question.
Purgatory?
Purgatory. So what if in a sense the search of Ben has nothing to do with him in the living form? What if it's a balance between him in death? He's still trying to find his way. Like again, he's stuck in between, or tethered between light and dark. whereas he's still trying to break away from those things that really attracted him about the dark side, and it's the only way for him to pass on to the light, even as a Force ghost, and he just needs that assistance.
If that was the story, then yeah, I can completely see that, where he's like in the world between worlds and he's trying to figure out his shit so that he can go on,
He can pass on,
continue
pass
on his,
through.
and he meets other like Force teachers. He could meet Anakin, he could meet like Luke and so forth. Like that, those are things I can definitely see, and that would actually be I would be fine with.
Okay.
But if they're bringing back Adam Driver's character Kylo Ren as a flesh and blood character, that I have a problem with, because then you're basically saying, well, actually, sacrifice and death and all these things, they don't actually have a meaning anymore. It doesn't matter. None of this matters anymore. Well, actually, no. Wait a second. It doesn't matter to Force users. Real death only happens to mortals. You guys are lesser. We don't die. Like that. That's the message. It is.
Got you.
Wasn't that message actually sent when they started seeing people heal from lightsaber wounds?
I was going to say,
stabs?
lightsaber doesn't do a whole lot of damage to Force users.
Yeah, man. I mean,
but see, the thing is, even with the sequels, and even are we forgetting that we did see a sense of Force healing even in Star Wars, the first film? It was Obi-Wan who basically used Force healing to revive Luke.
Yeah.
So there was a level of Force healing being used.
Yeah, but it's not Force healing to death.
No. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying in a sense of Force healing, in the sense that we've already seen that. We have to remind ourselves that it wasn't something that was just something, it was introduced. It was newly introduced in regards to the Force. No, we've seen it before. We've just seen it on a different level now. But I'm saying, again, we have two individuals who were the dyads between the two. We see that. Balloons. They will float. But no, that's what I'm saying. Like, there is obviously, and I don't know if his story would have had anything to do with Rey or not. I don't know. Maybe that would have been a way to kind of connect the story in a certain way. But again, we don't. Here's the thing. We don't know because we don't know the script, but I can understand what the trepidation would be, because again, we did see him on camera die. So they would have to explain it well. But I would really, really want to know, and I hope somebody leaks that shit so we'll know what the fuck it was, to tell you the truth.
Ultimately, all of Seb's concerns are
valid.
Yeah, they're valid, absolutely. But we don't have to worry about them because they're never going to make this movie.
Yeah, that's the thing.
He's not going to.
Point, Chewie.
X, what's your thoughts on this, bro?
I mean, this is a movie that I would love to see the script. Just to see, okay, if it's the most amazing thing you've read in a hot minute, Adam Driver, I would love to read it.
Mm-hmm.
Is this a movie that, if it were to come out now, would I want to see it? Probably not. Would I go to see it? Probably, because I'm a sucker like that, I guess, when it comes to Star Wars. But the idea that you would have a studio, that you have someone like Kathleen Kennedy go, yeah, let's make this movie. Why would you have to go to Bob Iger to ask if you could make this movie?
I wonder if she did.
To then, go to say, hey, I run Lucasfilm. I want to make this, but you got to go ask the president of Disney if we can make this movie. It's like, wait, what? Aren't you the president of Lucasfilm? Can't you just decide which movies you can make? Or is it that level of oversight that's there that leads us to an 8-episode show turning into a 10-episode show? Because guess what? Someone at the boardroom over in Disney is like, can you give us 10 episodes? I know you wrote this for 8, but we want to draw this out. Can you squeeze in 2 more episodes? And they're like, sure. And then you saw what they did with, The Acolyte, where certain episodes just didn't make a whole heck of a lot of sense, or a whole heck of a lot just didn't happen. And really, had they tightened that show up, I think it would have been a much better show. But I think it's just like a show that was designed a certain way, And so many things, with Star Wars, I think were designed to be a certain way. And you had too many cooks in the kitchen. You had other people coming in to say, well, can you do this? Well, can you do this? Well, can you do this? And it leads me to think that there was a lot of meddling when it came to, to Star Wars. But you would think normally that if you were the president of Lucasfilm, you could say, okay, we can make this. Sure, let's make this movie. Great. I don't need to go and get, someone's approval to make a movie. You probably have a budget. You probably have, we can spend this much.
Yeah.
And I've been chosen to run the studio. And the fact that, go talk to the president of Disney to see if we can make this movie.
I don't see. That's the thing. I wonder if she even did, or if he just got wind, like he heard and he just came down and said no. I wonder if, because she had everything done. Like there's a script.
I was going to say, it seems like it's all ready to go. And then that would be something where he just walks and goes, yeah, you're not making this. No, we're not doing that. It's like,
I wonder if she even went to him, or if he just found out and came after her, is what I think.
Losing money. That's why he was brought back. He heard about this. He knew what was going on, and he told her no. It wasn't about her decision. It was his decision. He was the CEO. The board. He was answering to the board of directors, and that's what went down.
It's probably the board of directors that wanted 10 episodes instead of 8 episodes of certain shows.
Yeah.
Well, bad decision.
From the board of directors that
bad decision.
decided that they knew best when it came to creative decisions, because they're looking at their spreadsheets and their forecasting and went, well, this is what we should do to play it safe, and this is what we should do to get subscribers, and this is what we should do to, despite the creative aspects of all this, there's people coming out with their spreadsheets going, they don't know how shows are made, they don't know how movies are made, they're making decisions about these things.
I think this movie could have worked, and I think it could have done well. I think the issue in its favor is that Adam Driver was one of the best things about the sequel trilogy, and people loved his character. Like, and people really loved his character when he turns good. Like, everybody wanted to see more of the adventures of Ben Solo after that, and then they killed him. They could, if they had kept him around just to keep the Skywalker name alive, or the bloodline alive, I think there would have been maybe a little bit less heat on this on those movies. I think him being kept around would have been better going forward if he hadn't died. But I can see why they're looking to this as maybe a Hail Mary to try and get things for the sequels to be more accepted. We'll bring back your guy that you liked and have him, come back and start doing the right things now. And he's not Kylo Ren anymore. He's Ben Solo again. You remember Ben Solo? He's the son of Han Solo and Princess Leia, and so he's got the Skywalker bloodline, and he
killed both his parents. Yeah.
Well,
do you guys think that Kevin Feige is actually having to go through the same thing that supposedly Kathleen Kennedy is, as far as reporting to Papa Iger? Well, look at the MCU. Look at the current state of the MCU right now. It's gone in the gutter, dude. It's not in its former glory as it was when Bob Iger was there previously. Under the reign of Kevin Feige. When they were successful all the way to Endgame. So it's basically the same thing right now with Star Wars and Marvel. It's that same parallel.
Too many shows.
I feel like that though. That's more because of Jonathan Majors, the whole mishap that happened with him. Like they had like a arc, and they had the big bad villain that they're creating, and then that whole thing exploded. And even before that, shit.
The Marvel TV shows weren't received that well. WandaVision wasn't received well off the bat, and until it started to develop a little bit more. Captain America and the Winter Soldier before Jonathan Majors, even that wasn't received, very well. It just seems like everything that Disney Plus did under the Marvel flag, when it came to their TV shows, didn't do that well either. Now it's still all under Kevin Feige as well. So like I'm saying, it's the same parallel.
Once you start giving people homework, though, that turns people off too. If you've got to watch like 5, different Disney Plus shows to know what's going on, for then the next movie comes out, then it's like you kind of tune out. Like people are like, I don't have time for all this.
Yeah.
Yeah, but all the TV shows connected to the movies. Or
That's
vice
what
versa.
is
that's what
the
I'm saying.
Mandalorian and the
And
Mandalorian movies
yeah.
is that same effect, right? If you didn't watch all those TV shows and this movie comes out, this new Star Wars movie comes out, everybody's gonna be like, "Well, who the hell are these people?"
Apparently, I've heard that that's not the case with the movies. That you don't have to have watched the show. I mean, it helps. Supposedly. Well, I guess we're going to find out.
Uncle Keith, I was going to go to Vinny, but I'll go to Lab. What's your thoughts on this, man?
I would love to see it, man. I would like to see what the story is actually about instead of rumors.
Yeah.
But like I said, he was one of my favorite characters. I remember when the movie came out, man. Oh man, who was this dude? You know, the same thing when I first saw Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I saw the laser sword and everything, and I was like, okay, I like this. You know, so I would love to see this. I like Adam Driver as an actor. He's a very good actor. I like him.
Yeah, he is. He is.
And somebody with is it Sonderberg or Soderbergh?
Soderbergh.
Soderbergh. Okay. What movies did he? I think what?
He did all the Ocean's 11.
Ocean's 11's Benny's Rooms. He's done like a couple of different.
Because I'm getting him mixed up with Steven Sonderberg and then Soderbergh. Okay. All right. But like I said, the dude sounds like a legit screenwriter, and he looks, he's made some good movies.
Oh, he's made great movies. Yeah.
Yeah. Something different. It would have been something
different just to see it how it would be. Vinny, I'm gonna leave you last, man. Mario, what you think, man? Well, I already know. I kind of know how you feel, but I want to hear it.
I think it's an interesting read. It's an interesting story. Me personally, I lost my fandom of Kylo Ren when he took his mask off in the first movie. And that was it. I love the mystery of having that mask on. Yeah. He looked like such a badass, and he was just doing his thing. But when the mask came off after that, it just
changed everything.
It was a whiny Skywalker, is what I saw throughout the rest of the trilogy, man.
Angsty emo.
Yeah, I wasn't on board with that, But I mean, to see what Adam Driver is saying, like, this is one of the better scripts he's read in a long time. Yeah, I'd be interested in seeing it. But I'll be like, to be honest, I'm not going to be like all excited, head over heels to go out and watch it. But I'd still give it a shot,
just to see.
Yeah, just to see what it was. Yeah.
See what it would have been like, or what it could be, and who knows? It could be a surprise. We never know. Vinny, what's your thoughts on it, bro?
Unfortunately, I just feel like that ship has sailed. I mean, see if we didn't see the story in the way it did with him, clearly dying. But even if it did, you already are going to have a ton of pushback if the Rey movie ever happens. And though I feel like there's a lot less toxicity, if you want to call it that, towards Ben in the sequels, there's still a bad taste in everyone's mouth for how the sequels went. And I think that the very fact that they've waited so long to jump back into big screen again is because of how much damage control that they're waiting for, the world to heal, so to speak, on, with the Star Wars community. I don't imagine that they're eager to hop into the stories of their characters until they have that trust back with their fans. I don't think it's even good. I don't think it's a good idea to do anything with those stories, Rey included, until they've knocked out a few, safe wins. And I think that they have that plan in place, whether it works or not. But Mando and Grogu is clearly let's get a safe film in the books, and then Starfighter with a big everyone loves this guy protagonist like Gosling, and get those wins rolling and then go. But then when you pivot to when you revisit the sequels world, you're going to have such an uphill battle, and this isn't something that's going to just drop. This is going to be something that would be announced and then catch shit for fucking 2 years, 3 years before it came out, and they couldn't handle people bitching about Acolyte, and they scrapped what I really did want to see, which was a season 2 of that, which would have given us more Khmer, more Plagueis,
Yeah.
I wanted to see that, and they shit on that because they didn't want to hear fans crying on the internet. So what?
Yeah.
Shut your fucking laptop off and go to work. Like,
Yeah.
look away, do your job. Like,
No.
stop worrying about what people are saying. Worry about being creative and
Yeah.
doing creative things, making creative decisions. I don't. I know it's a big big reporting contest here as a kind of a subplot to this conversation with Iger and Kennedy. But hey, if he's responsible for a lot of the shit decisions that she gets flack for, that means he's also responsible for a lot of the wins that she takes credit for.
Yeah.
And this is someone who has, been on both sides of the blame game and win game. And I think that if you brought this script to him and he said, "What are you doing, Adam? Like, this don't make sense. You died." I very highly doubt he didn't hear Adam out and say how he would have came back and just didn't want to hear him at all. I doubt he took the receptionist call and was like, "Adam wants to talk to you about Ben Solo movie." No, he's dead. Click. I'm sure he got to hear the pitch for the script and thought, no, that wouldn't work. So I gotta admit, I gotta imagine that maybe this is something that would be cool to see if you really like the character, you really like Kylo, you really like Adam Driver. And don't get me wrong, I think Adam Driver is one of the best actors in Hollywood today. I would see him in a million things. I don't know that another Kylo film post the sequels would be one of the things that I wanted to see him in. And it's sad because a lot of the times these actors get these roles with Star Wars and it turns them fucking bitter. I think Mark Hamill is like the only dude who's liked Star Wars after being a part of it. Everybody else practically has hated it. Now they don't like talking about it. Like Harrison, obviously we all know how he feels about it.
Harrison Ford.
And like most people, they're so soured from the experience. And for Adam Driver to have gone through all the backlash from the sequels and be like, I want more, that tells me that maybe that script is badass. But
because it wasn't the flack, none of the weight of or the demise of the film was weighed on his character or his portrayal. Yes. People were more upset about Rey and the utilization of not even utilizing the OT characters.
But I think he's ignorant to how much that stigma will stick to him if there's no one else to take that brunt. You put a new Ben or Kylo Ren movie out there without Rey, it's easy for him maybe to be like, no, they didn't hate me, they just hated Daisy, which is only because she was there, and of course it's so much of the issues had to do with her and Luke and the Luke decision and all that. But it's like people still hated the sequels in general. I don't think you do another movie with Kylo and people are like, oh, cool. The best part about the sequels, this is gonna make $1 billion. I don't think that happens. I think they just flood over onto shitting on the sequels in general. If there's another sequel movie made, even in that realm, that's why I think that they're making a Mando movie that has nothing to do with sequels, a Starfighter movie that's maybe, I don't know what the plot of it is, but this isn't clearly. They knew not to do the Rey movie as the next movie, and I think in that same light, they know not to touch Kylo for a decent time, even if I could have liked this idea. So I don't think that must have been something we've seen in a reasonable enough time frame that Adam would have been happy with, anyways. But I just don't think that is necessarily. I think they want to get away from the sequels. I don't think we'll see a reboot or a reimagining or anything like that. I think that they wanted to show their ass and get away from Lucas's Star Wars, get away from the Skywalker shit. I think Iger wanted to put his stamp on it, get away. He didn't like using Luke, didn't like this. So they created new shit. And then that didn't work. I think they'll just try something else. I don't think that they're going to try to force that to be a win, especially how it ended. Which, again, the only drawback to this is how excited Adam is about it, which that makes me raise my eyebrows like, Otherwise, I would have been flat out. What are y'all thinking? That's ridiculous. But Adam being so excited for it makes it that's a little
Interesting.
frustrating.
I'd like to read that script.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hope it leaks. I'd like to read that.
You know what it sounds like though? It sounds like a dope book or comic. I don't see it as a movie.
And that may be how it gets life. Who knows? Maybe that's how they do it. They'll do it as a book or a comic or something like that.
All right.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't think anything in the Star Wars universe will be done. I don't think anything that can be done is going to make anybody happy. Period. I don't.
No.
I just don't.
They have this horrible weight on their backs that not putting shit out of fear is hurting them more than helping them. The fact that they've taken so much time off the silver screen out of fear of people bitching on YouTube and on Twitter and complaining about ideas that they're throwing out there to see how people feel about is a detriment. Because are they scanning, looking at people who will be like, oh, that'd be great? No. They're focusing on the people who are complaining and be like, well, then fine, I'm not going to do anything.
And that's the fucked up part, is the simple fact that they are listening to the people that are so disgruntled that are only a small fucking pocket. And that's where, and the thing is, bro,
social media strikes again, man. Strikes again.
And to Mario's point, what is Marvel doing to kind of try to come back from that? They put out Thunderbolts that if you asked fans or asked a regular person on the street, hey, would you guys want to see a Thunderbolts movie? Man, nobody wants to see a fucking Thunderbolts movie. They did it anyways. It was good. People were like, oh, shit. All right, cool. Here's something that people didn't ask for, that they just felt strongly about, made a creative decision, made a good film. It wasn't a clear blockbuster, billion-dollar guaranteed film, but it was good. It started to turn the tide of that kind of like, good faith over at Marvel. And then they follow that up with Fantastic Four, which people were asking for. And I think it was a home run. And then now you start to get that momentum going of, okay, we're not going to write this shit with one fucking movie. We're going to just keep putting out solid stuff that's creatively successful, that's critically successful. And that's how you win people back. There's no like magic script, magic film that's just going to like fix everything and put you back in 1980 after Empire came out. No, that's just not going to happen. You need to win these people back, and you're not going to do that with just like fear. You gotta get strong script, strong everything. And I also don't think you win it back by like Hail Marys. And I feel like something like this script might have been like a Hail Mary.
Yeah,
that's too risky. That's why Force Awakens was a good idea for the first sequel film. That's why I think that Mando, like on paper, was a good idea for like the first foray back into it. You have to get out there and like get back on a fucking horse, man. They're just so scared of their own shadow nowadays.
That's true.
That's the thing, bro. Like I said before, bro. It's nothing worse than in Star Wars, the Star Wars fans sometimes, bro, because again they hate what they enjoy the most. This is crazy to say sometimes. Not all of them, but the majority. But at the same time, I think it's a shared venture where you have execs who don't listen, and also you have some fans who won't welcome. So it's a tough situation to be in for what it is, but it is what it is, man.
Ultimately, you know what? If you don't like anything that Disney's done, you can stop. Like Star Wars can end with Return of the Jedi, and it's a perfectly good ending. That can be it. And then just read the books. You don't have to do any of the Disney stuff if you don't like it.
Yeah,
you can dip out and just keep Star Wars as being what you remember.
I want to see stories told the right way, because it's a vast galaxy, it's a vast universe. There's so many other things that can be told. As long as they do it the right way. And that's the thing, is it's like they have to get back to formula. Get back to, put it this way, you can get back to formula, but you can also introduce new things through that formula. There's ways to basically do it where you can have the best of both. But I also think that some fans have to be a little bit more forgiving than what they are and not be so quick to tear shit down. And of course, we know there are there's social media pundits and motherfuckers out there who do that shit. So it is what it is, man. It's just an unfortunate thing, but it happens all the fucking time. So anyway, great discussion, guys, man. We did get through it. I was scared that we wouldn't. I was. I didn't think we was gonna get through it as much as we did, but we did get through it, man. So thank you guys for being here, of course. And all conversations are warranted. Like, I mean, you know, like Seb said, we do have a space to be trepidatious because they haven't really given us shit to be. It hasn't been a consistent flow.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. It really hasn't. It hasn't been as consistent as we think as we want it to be. So we're still leaning on what was before because they haven't really given us a reason to look at what's now to say, okay, I see where it's going. And now I will say though, there is hope because watch Visions. That's just.
I was gonna say there have been some high highs, just as there have been low lows. There have been some high highs. For every Andor, there's been a Book of Boba Fett.
Yeah,
but you know, Visions season 3 is incredible.
Yeah,
I
love
it's so
it.
good. It's
I love it. I absolutely love it, man. I'm telling you, like, yeah, I love it. I fucking love it.
So I'm finishing that shit tomorrow.
Yeah, watch it, man. Definitely make sure you do. Profi, man, thank you for stopping through, bro. We can't wait till next week, next Tuesday, man.
It was cool hanging out again, man. Like I said, I mean, new cast, you know, same talk. I mean, it's great to hear different perspectives, you know, about the franchise in general, dude. So it was cool. It was cool hanging out for a minute. You know?
Man.
2.5 hours, bro. Damn, I didn't think we'd go that long.
I didn't either, man. But you got to remember, we got Seb, we got Vinny, we got Chewy, we got these motherfuckers that got conversations, and you got
man, 2 more, we'd have the Scoundrel bunch.
Yeah, you know what I mean, right? Scoundrel bunch. Well, nah, man.
Skeleton crew.
Yo, what can we expect from the show next Tuesday, bro?
Yeah, bro. So so next Tuesday, like I said, we're starting off the collector's edition of Uncivilized Scoundrels. I think y'all been holding it down just talking about the media, right? Mm-hmm. So then I figured, you know what? Why don't we just do like sideways? Like a lot of us here, we collect, right? Yes, I mean, for me personally, I'm sure most of us, some of us here, except for Uncle Keith, probably started off collecting Star Wars in general, 75 back in the day, you know, Kenner or Hasbro, what have you.
Yes, sir.
So yeah, man, we're just gonna be visiting collector sites with figures, the statues, props, prints, toilet paper, toasters, all that fun stuff, bro. So
the R2D2 humidifier.
Exactly right. The Darth Vader coffee mugs that they have at Disney and all that fun stuff. Yeah. And but yeah, man, plan on kicking it off at 8:30 Eastern time. You know, so we're gonna go a little bit on the earlier side. Okay. So far for the crew, I've got myself, my buddy Luis, Pop Culture Relic. He has an amazing collection, man. He collects Hot Toy statues and master replicas. He's got some cool stuff in that collection.
Old school.
Yeah, man. Commander Green's joining us too, man. So that's gonna be fun, Harold.
Commander Green.
Commander Green, man. He'll be joining us also, and my dude Eric Hanke, man. I'm sure you guys see him around in the chats.
Mr. Hanke, man.
I know him.
Yeah, so he's gonna be joining us Tuesday also, bro. So it's gonna be fun. It's a fun discussion, man. But yeah, I'll drop the link, you know, for all y'all whoever wants to come join, hang out, and just chat collectibles, bro. Yeah, man.
That'd be dope. That'd be dope, man. I cannot wait. Remember, next Tuesday, 8:30, man. You said 8:30, right?
8:30 Eastern, 5:30 Pacific. Yes, sir.
Yeah, there you go, man. You already know the time. I'll definitely be watching, man. It's gonna be incredible, man. As always. Thanks for coming through, bro. As always. X-Man, what's going on with you, brother?
Not much. I'll be watching on Tuesday. Hopefully you'll help me figure out how to get one of those Home Depot R2D2s. Because
I look every day, man, all day, and they're out of stock everywhere.
I've been checking at least twice a day.
That are out there. You know, they're just helping each other out.
It should not be this difficult, but who knows? Maybe since it's a holiday thing, maybe closer to the holidays, they'll have.
I think they're selling them on Toys Wonderland.
Oh, see that? But what do I have coming up? I mean, I'll be watching Visions again, season 3, because it's just that good. So, no, thanks so much for having me on. It's always fun talking about space wizards and laser swords And yeah, if you haven't seen Visions, go and check it out.
Make sure you do. Make sure you do. Make sure you do, man. Definitely appreciate that, man. Thank you for coming through. Vinny, what's going on, brother?
I am looking forward to finishing up Visions. I'll probably watch some like horror movies tomorrow, and but I'm looking forward to Predator next week. I'm looking forward to Comic Book Talk with Friends on Monday.
Yes.
We'll have more comics to jump into, talk about, and I'm sure tons of other topics that will be jumping in. And other than that, I'll be finishing up Inktober. Tomorrow's the last day. I'm going to breathe the biggest sigh of relief as that's wrapping up, and then I get a chance to focus more on just regular pieces, new stuff coming to the site soon, and a month off from con schedule, so I'll be able to focus on the next one and have a little bit more time for catching up on some stuff I gotta do around here. But
Really great picture, man.
Hey, no expense, right?
Jurassic Room, baby.
The Amber King, man.
It's the island.
Put it off, baby. That was it.
Yeah. As always, bro. Appreciate you.
Always
coming
pleasure,
through,
man.
bro. Yeah, man. Definitely dope. Uncle Keith, man, what's going on with you, brother?
Nothing, man. Just being on here with you guys, having a good time, chopping it up. I'm getting ready to drive up here to Sideshow, whoop somebody's ass. They don't get my Wolverine to my house.
You still haven't gotten it yet?
No, and it's just sitting there.
And they took your money. They took your money like last Monday, huh?
Look,
I haven't got mine yet either.
$38.49. It has been sitting processing for almost a month.
Oh, have you messaged them?
I'm still waiting on mine
I
too.
called them. They go, well, it's just in process. I said, man, it's in process for a month. What's going on up there? I seen other people getting theirs. Where's my thing at? Well, we're still working in the warehouse and we got some issues going on. And that's what they told me.
Of course.
Yeah, that's what they told me.
Food
But you
tech
got my money.
Because they sending them shits
Mhm.
out in fucking batches, bro. Like they've been doing that shit for the longest time. They're fulfilling other fucking, yeah.
Other than that, everything is fine, man. Having a good time.
No, let me just say that the Uncle Keith's collection room. He's got his own space. No more green screen. We actually get to see his shelves with his figures up there, man. Look at that.
Man.
Look at that. We're gonna get a room tour pretty soon, right?
Right.
Oh, what? We're gonna get a collection tour, right?
Man, that'll last about 2 seconds.
No, we'll send Philly over there, man. We'll send Philly over there to film it, dude. And he'll get
No,
you
listen, man. If I could put all my stuff up here, I would love it, but I can't do it. I got too much stuff, man. I just got too much. I'm not talking about just hot toys. I'm talking about all the collectible shit I got.
Yeah.
My lunch boxes, all my Astro Boy shit, all my Batman animated figures, all that stuff, dude.
Oh yeah.
Word.
I see plenty of empty wall space behind you, man.
I was gonna say it's like
I mean,
actually that's a vent to the air conditioning, and then over here is gonna be where the TV's going.
Oh,
you know TV, bro. You got use your phone.
Yeah, I know we don't need a TV up there.
Thanks for coming through, Uncle
Don't
Pete,
air
man.
conditioning, just regulate.
Just regulate.
I can't put it in front of it because it's gonna suck dust through the wall unit, through the unit, and it'll suck dust right into all the figures. So I can't put it right there. So yeah.
Word. Seb, man, thank you for coming through, bro. What's going on with you, man?
I'm going to be enjoying Halloween, and then afterwards, I'm going to be watching the rest of Visions because that is something that needs to happen. So
yes, it does.
I will be looking forward to that. And yeah, I'm happy to be here. Happy about the conversations that we had. Happy to hear different opinions and so forth, and happy to give my own perspective of pessimism in this group.
Hey. Ain't nothing wrong with pessimism, bro. We need that because it puts a lot
they've
of
earned it.
I mean,
Constructive pessimism.
it's constructive pessimism, but if it is what it is, bro, you gotta call it how you see it. I mean, it is what it is. Fuck it. Yeah, I mean, hopefully it's from our mouths to their ears, and hopefully they hear this shit. Be like, we can correct it.
It's called we know the potential of what we can have, and we want it, and we're upset that we're not getting it. That's what's going on.
It is what it is.
Potential. We know it can be done.
It can definitely be done, man. Well, hopefully we'll see it. Definitely, brother. As always, man, thank you for coming through. As always, last but not least, we got Chewy in the building, bro. What's going on? If they win this weekend, brother. look at Mario. He's like, nope.
I've had a chat going on with Calvin over the last week or so. Back and forth. It's been funny. It just it's all love, but it's funny.
Yeah.
But tomorrow. Well, firstly, again, thanks for having me on. This is always a load of fun. Tomorrow is obviously, we know, Halloween. It's also my wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
So
congratulations. Early anniversary. Yeah.
So 27 years.
Word.
Woo, that's
up with
awesome.
me for 27 years.
That is awesome. Congratulations, man.
Oh, thank you,
man. Congrats.
So
27 years and she ain't whooped your ass yet?
Oh no, many times. Many times. That's why it's gotten so long, is because she can get it out every once in a while.
Word.
But yeah, so tomorrow night we have plans to meet up with a couple of friends of ours for dinner at a place where the four of us are all going to watch the game.
Okay.
So that's going to be fun. And we'll get to see the Jays win the World Series for the third time.
Word.
I just wanted to see Mario make that face. We're just Jays fans. We're just happy to be there. Honestly, that's all it is. But so we're gonna do that tomorrow. So that's gonna be fun. Saturday I'll be watching Visions for sure. Sunday, unfortunately, I won't be around for Collectors Lounge. I have to work. So
I'm gonna see too, because I think we might have it. I still haven't decided yet because I got a lot going on too. But we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see.
But other than that, all is good. All is happening as it should, and things are unfolding precisely as I have foreseen.
Yeah, there you go. Anyway, man, appreciate it. Thank you for being here as always, and thank you guys out there, everybody out there watching, man. A great episode. We are almost running into we're like 2.5 hours. It's time to get out of here. I am tired. I need to go to bed. Yeah. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Great show. And again, if you can't do anything else, always stay uncivilized. We are out. Peace, love, and all that great stuff. Peace.
So uncivilized.